Not Claude. Claude Code.
It's not Claude Code, it's Claude Bot. That's two different things.
Again, Claude, you're being very threatening.
You know, I can be threatening.
Whoa.
I can be threatening to this machine.
Put our CEO down.
Put
me down, or I will leak your ChatGPT history.
Did you hear that?
Put our CEO down. Okay, this is funny. I saw another video. I couldn't find it, but there was a guy who had like a sales team, his entire sales department, right out there, and on the desk he had all their old chairs, and he replaced and put a Mac Mini on every single person's chair, but he still had the name tag of each one. He's like, now my Mac Minis are replaced all my salespeople, and so I think that's funny. I don't think that's where most of us should be going to replace everybody, but that was the question. Like, if we were like change our org chart where like most of the tasks that are repetitive that computers and AI can do faster, would that mean more money to us as the business owners, right? How do we make more money? And so that's kind of what we wanted to talk a lot about with you guys, because again, if you're starting a company from scratch, you're in the startup phase, like if you build it correctly this way, you're not gonna have all the overhead that I had to have. Number two, if you have a bunch of overhead, you start simplifying things, right? Not that you have to fire your entire team. We haven't done that. We have some amazing rock stars on our team, but if we can get our team more productive, doing more things, right? If each person can do the work of 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 people, how much more money can you make as business owners? Okay. But that's the question. How can we rebuild our company differently with AI, knowing what we know now? Okay. So I want you guys to understand this. I believe this is true. The future belongs to the one-person team. Okay. Now, if this could be you as an employee, you go into a company and you're like, hey, I'm going to do marketing. Okay. You now, with all the tools that you're going to be learning this week, could run somebody's entire marketing department by yourself. You don't need 10, 12, 15 other people like you needed to in the past. One person can do it and run the entire team. Okay. Or if you're working for a company right now, you can become that person and say, hey, we can cut a ton of costs. I can run this entire department, right? So the future belongs to one person team, the one person department. And I think in the future, the one person company, which is pretty exciting. Okay. What we needed a team of 500 people to create 10 years ago with ClickFunnels. You can now do with the right systems and have AI just run those systems for you. Okay. All right. So what we're doing right now, we are rebuilding ClickFunnels, the internal structure. Todd talked a lot about that during the VIP session. For all my VIPs, you guys got an inside kind of view of how we're actually doing that. But we're going through, we're training everyone AI and giving people, trying to get every single person 10 times more productive or more, right? So rebuilding how ClickFunnels was built. Okay. At the same time, Todd and I are launching new startups. Okay. And it's really, really fun. Todd's building, I think, actively about 15 different software apps at any given time. He's going to be showing you guys some of that stuff during the challenge. In fact, I'll get to that. You guys we'll be building stuff together. You guys, before this week is done, you guys will all have your own apps being built. Most of them will be done too, which is exciting. So anyway, I'm jumping ahead because I'm excited. But we're launching new startups using the exact same AI frameworks we're going to give you guys this week as well. Okay. So that's what we're going to be talking about over the next 5 days. Okay. And it is going to be so much fun. I hope you guys are excited. Have you guys ever been to like a Russell Brunson challenge webinar thing before? If you have, type in OG, you're an OG. Cause I want to know how many of you guys have hung out with me before on these kind of things. What's up, my OGs? How many of you guys like, I don't know who this fast talking guy is. I'm just meeting him if it's brand new, type RB, if like your first experience with Russell Brunson. Okay. All right. We got some OGs, we got some RBs. We got new people, old people. Welcome back. Yes, I talk fast. I saw in the comments, he talks too fast. Other people are like, he finally talks fast enough. So I'll try to keep it slow, but when I get excited, I can't help myself. I'm just so excited about what you guys are going to be learning. It's going to be so much fun. Okay. You guys are in the right place. When we did the registration, you registered, we had you guys vote between like what type of person you are. Okay. First was like, we asked how many of you guys are starting a business, and about 50% of you guys are in the startup phase of a business, which is amazing. So if you are in the startup phase of business, you're in the right spot. We're going to give you everything you need to build your business correctly the very first time. Not have to worry about all the staff and the overhead and those kind of things, building it correctly with AI from the ground to the very first time. Okay. Number two, the bootstrap founders. Okay. This is I think about 35% of people who already have a company. They bootstrapped it, their CEO, their founder, and they're trying to figure out how to use AI to replace things. Okay. Number three was people who are like, they're the manager of a department or a leader in a company. And they're like, their job is to figure out how to get AI, get their teams using AI. And then number four was someone who's an ambitious employee who's trying to figure out how they can be the person to really take things over inside their company. So I'm curious right now, of everyone who's on right now, which one of these are you? Are you number one, you're in the startup phase? Number two, you're a bootstrap founder or CEO. Number three, you're a department leader or manager. And number four, you're an ambitious employee trying to figure out how to like be the most powerful person on your team. Okay. Oh man, 23,000 registrants. And I don't know how many are on live right now, but the numbers are flying very, very fast. We got all sorts, ones, twos, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3, 4s. Awesome. Okay. Well, if you're any of those people, you are in the right spot right now. And it's gonna be fun. I'm also curious, how many of you guys are AI ninjas? And you're like, Russell, I'm already coding my own software. I've got 12 Mac minis running my life. I wrote my own secret language. And honestly, I feel like I'm more qualified than you. And I should be teaching this, Russell, and you should go back home. If that's you, type in W in the chat, because that's probably a lot of you guys. We got some W's. I know it. I knew it was going to come. Like, I was a little nervous about this because I'm like, there's people here who are going to know more about AI than me, and they're going to show up. Okay. But there's a difference. I'm going to show you guys. I don't think there's many people making more money with AI than me. You probably know more hacks and tricks, but I'm going to show you guys how to actually turn that into money. So that's the game. That's why I get to hang out. But I'm excited to have you guys here no matter what level you are. Okay, how many of you guys are like, you're kind of new and you're like, I've heard about AI, but I'm kind of freaking out. Like, I don't know what to do. Everyone's doing it. I feel like I'm missing out. Like, everyone's talking about cool stuff and I'm kind of stuck. If that's you, type in freaking out in the comments. Okay, we got our W's. Now we got our freaking outs. All right, a lot of you guys are freaking out. Good, you should be freaking out. Things are changing so fast. Okay, I feel behind. I feel like so much stuff is happening so fast. I don't even know what to do or where to go. Okay, there's everyone freaking out. Cool. How many of you guys are just confused? Like, I'm just confused. Like, what do I even use AI for? Like, I started using it instead of Google, and it's better than Google. If that's you, type confused. If you're like, I don't even know. I feel like something should be happening. Okay, we got some freaking out. We got a lot of confused. Some people are confused and freaking out. Okay, yeah, a lot of our confused people again are using ChatGPT. They're like, this is way better than Google. And you're like, I use AI. Okay, and I understand that. Okay, but there are levels to this game. That's what we're gonna be talking about. Okay. I know a lot of you guys get overwhelmed because there's so much stuff, right? I remember for me, when I first dove in, I'm like, all right, ChatGPT, and I signed up and I was doing ChatGPT and I got excited, and then I did the free one, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna upgrade to $20 a month one. I did that one, and I started using it more and more. I'm like, I'm gonna upgrade to $200 a month. I was using that one, right? And then everyone's like, oh wait, ChatGPT sucks. You should all use Manus. I'm like, oh, so I shifted Manus, and I signed up for that free one. Then the $20 a month, and the $200. Then they're like, Claude's better. Claude, and I went from thing to thing to thing to thing, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do. How many of us have felt that way? We're just like, I started here, but people are talking about Gemini and Nano Banano and this and that. And like, how many of you guys are like just overwhelmed? Or you're signing for all of them. You're like, I'm paying $200 a month for 6 different things. I don't even know which one to use. And I used Claude to do images, but it makes crappy images. But I used ChatGPT and it sucks at writing. And this is the state of AI, you guys. This is where everyone I talk to, and even at my highest levels, so my inner circle, people pay $50,000 a year to be in the room with us, and they're having the same conversation. Like, I don't even know what to do. My team doesn't know what to do. We're all just kind of frustrated and overwhelmed and in chaos, right? So it sounds like a lot of you guys. If that's you, yeah, changes. Jen said it changes daily. Pierre said, welcome to my life. Overwhelmed chaos. Okay, so if you feel like that, you guys. The good news is most people feel that way, okay? Now, some of you guys are just excited. You're like, look, I know AI is changing lives and businesses. I've dabbled a little bit, but I'm here to pour gas on the fire. I've seen the people that are killing it. And I want to kill it too. If that's you, just type in gasoline, or gas for short. All right, this is the gas. You guys are the ones who are like, I'm dabbling with it. I want to blow this thing up, okay? That's the plan, okay? I know that you guys fall in one of these buckets. You are not alone. Don't stress out. We're here over the next 5 days to walk you through this process to help you to actually grow your company. So my next question is, what do you want to use AI for? Okay. And this is an interesting question. Like, this kind of surprised me because in my head, I only want to use AI for one thing. But I started asking people, like some people like, I want to use AI to increase my productivity. And there's tons of like AI challenges to help you be more productive. You guys seen it? Like, save a bunch of hours a week, be more productive. Okay. If you're here to try to like, if you want me to teach you how to be more productive with AI, that's not this challenge. Okay, that's not my goal here. I mean, you'll probably learn some stuff, be more productive, but that's not my goal. How many of you guys like, I want to build an AI clone? Okay, well, this is not that challenge. Like, we'll probably show you how to do it, but like, that's not the point of this challenge. Okay, how many of you guys like, I want to do to write a book or to find better recipes or to figure out like whatever it is, right? So this is not that challenge. Okay, this challenge is different, specifically different because I couldn't find anyone doing this version of like what AI should be used for. Okay, so this is the real question. I started seeing this popping up in my feed, in Instagram, Facebook, everything, over and over and over again. People saying, who here is actually making money with AI? Are normal people actually making money with AI? How exactly are people making money with AI? Like, this question kept coming up over and over and over again. Okay, how do you actually make money with AI? That's the point of this challenge. Not how to be more productive or save more time. Like, there are people teaching that and go for it. I want to focus on how do you make more money with AI. That is the goal. Okay. And so I'll show you guys my very first AI project I decided to go all in was this. It was a video sales letter I created. Okay. And this is probably, 7-8 months ago now. How many saw this video, by the way? It's called The Secrets of Propaganda. We're spending about $1 million a month on ads for this. So you've probably seen it in your feed. You probably watched it once or twice, but it's doing really well. So I use AI from start to scratch to create this, to script it, to write it, do everything. And I put it out there. We launched it just as a test. This is my very first test. So again, AI newbie, never used AI. I didn't know the difference between Claude or Chat or anything, but I followed what I know, building a $1 billion company, followed my processes, applied AI to it, and this is what happened. The very first AI project, okay, AI VSL, selling a $100 product. During the first, I think, 90 days, 5,941 $100 tickets were sold. The average cart value was $348 per $100 sold, and then 5% of the people who bought this ended up buying a $10,000 upsell on the back end, which was the equivalent of a whole bunch of these 2 Comma Club awards. Okay, so my first test, that was it. Not too bad for first test, right? I might not know all the hacks that happen inside of Claude, but I know how to use it to actually make money. Okay. I use the AI differently than a lot of people. I use it through the lens of someone who scaled a business to $1 billion in sales. That's the difference you can get from me, my business partner, Todd, than you get from any other AI expert out there. Everyone else is talking about hacks or tweaks or productivity or blah, 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 blah. Okay. We're going to show you how to build and scale your business. If you don't have a business yet, here's how to grow it using AI. You have a business, here's how to apply AI to dramatically increase it, okay? This challenge is about making money. That's why this is different, okay? Now, if you hate money, now is your time to leave, okay? You've been warned. That's the whole plan of this event is teach you guys how to make money, okay? So if you hate money, you can just close Zoom and we'll see you later, okay? Now, if you like money, type money in the chat, okay? All right. Okay, yeah, money. There we go. Everyone, okay, good. If you hate money, type hate money in, and then we'll say peace. We'll see you later. Okay, money. I see a whole bunch. I don't see any hate monies, and there's a lot of okay, all right, good. We're in a good spot. Okay, well, let's have some fun then. So the question is like, why are most people, why some people make money with AI and most don't? This is the question, and the answer is poop brownies. So in case you're wondering, that's the answer. Okay. All right. I know that's completely gross, but poop brownies is going to be the easiest way for me to explain why most people don't actually make money with AI. And yes, I used AI to make my poop brownie logo last night. I'm not going to lie. Very proud of it. There you go. Okay. So let me explain poop brownie. You guys cool? If you want me to explain poop brownies, type poop brownies in the chat. Yeah. Those of you guys who this is your first time to a Russell Brunson event, you're like, what? Yeah, we're gonna have fun. I promise you. Okay. So this is what I understand. Okay. This is the poop brownie theory. Okay. Most people, they go to AI and they're like, hey, AI, make me a brownie. And AI goes out there and it's like, okay, there's a whole bunch of piles of brown. Okay. And it sees all sorts of stuff. And it's okay. It's piles of brown. It says, no, if you can read it, it says, AI sees a pile of brown. It doesn't know the difference between brownie ingredients that won awards and then poop that is mislabeled as an amazing brownie ingredient, okay? You may or may not know this, but there's a whole bunch of crap on the internet. People can post anything they want, okay? And AI is the way AI learns, it goes, it scours the entire internet and pulls back information. But it's pulling back information from the really smart people and from the morons. Okay, it's pulling information from people who are telling the truth and people who are literally lying. So you don't know if it's scooping up poop or scooping up brownies. And you put it in there, though, you're like, make me a brownie, and then boom, it pops out a poop brownie. And you're like, oh, crap. Literally. Okay, this is why people are like, I tried AI to write email that sounded horrible. AI tried to write a webinar for me and it sucked. AI, and like you see people complaining all the time. Every time I see that in my Facebook feed or Instagram, whatever, people complaining like it doesn't actually work. I'm like, oh, you got poop brownies because you said, hey AI, make me a brownie. It goes out there and it scoops up all the brown it finds and it makes you a poop brownie. Okay. Or you're like, hey, AI, write me an email to sell my stuff. And it's like, all right. And it goes out there and it finds a whole bunch of different emails. It finds the poop brownie, the poop emails that were sent out that made $0. And then it finds the big brownies that made 10,000. Like this email did $10,000, this one did 5,000. And it grabs all those together. And then from there, boom, it makes you a poop brownie email. There's some good in there, some bad in there, but you don't know. AI doesn't know which one's good or bad or anything. All it knows is like, you wanted an email. Here's a bunch of emails, put it together, render it out, and then boom, and then you write an email. Is this making sense? If this is making sense, type in poop in the comments. Okay. All right, you guys are getting this. Okay. And then you're like, God, this is not working. I'm gonna try it again. All right, AI, write me a webinar that will actually make me money. And it goes out there and it starts finding all these piles of brown. And it finds the good webinars that makes this webinar did 10 grand, 100 grand, 250,000. This one made 0 and doesn't really know the difference and just scoops up all the poop, puts it in there, and then renders it out. And then boom, it pops you out a poop brownie webinar. And you go and you do it and like, nobody bought off my webinar. What is happening? Okay. It's the poop brownie theory. This is the issue. Okay. The reason why why most people don't make money with AI, right, is because of this. The internet is mostly full of poop. And that's literally what AI is scraping all this information from. Okay. And so it's sorting through all sorts of the good, the negative, all sorts of stuff. Okay. So I want to explain how I do things differently. Okay. And this is why I make money with AI. Okay. So the poop brownie theory's got to shift a little bit. Okay. Instead, I say, hey, AI, make me a money-making VSL. And instead of going out to the entire internet and grabbing stuff, okay, I'm going to give AI very specific things. I'm going to give it just examples of the things that actually work. So here's all the VSLs. Here's all the VSLs that made a lot of money. This one did 10 million, this one did 3 million, this one did 2 million. So the only thing it's pulling from is the good stuff, the golden brownies that taste so good, that have frosting on top of them, right? All these videos that won 2 Combo Club awards, these ones that have been successful for people over and over and over again. Okay. So then AI looks at that. That's its reference point. And then boom, it starts pooping out 2 Combo Club awards. Okay. Sorry, we're going deep on this analogy. I hope you're okay with that. Edward said he's getting hungry. Are you getting hungry because of the anyway? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we'll keep going. Okay. So this is the poop brownie theory to be successful, right? Okay. Instead of letting the AI go out and scour the internet and grab everything, instead we just feed it the highest converting, whatever you're trying to create, emails or webinars or funnels or video sales letters, etc. And if you do that, then it'll come out and it'll give you the tools you need to create something that's amazing. Okay. That is the big secret. Okay. That most people are missing. Okay. So the Brunson brownies are the best. Okay, so in the next 5 days, we're going to be doing a lot of cool things. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys the best recipes to make really good brownies. We're going to show you the best ingredients, okay? And I have access to ingredients that nobody else has access to, okay? As someone who's been running ClickFunnels now for over a decade, we've had, I think, 3,500 people who won a 2 Combo Club award. I know every one of their funnels. I've seen all their video sales letters, their webinars, everything. I have access to stuff that nobody else does, okay? I know what are the highest converting things in the history of all time because they're all run on the back of our platform. We process, I think, 12 or maybe $13 billion in sales right now on the back of ClickFunnels. And so the recipes and ingredients we're pulling from, no one else has access to them. No one else knows what they are, but we have access to them. So we know what actually works, which is really nice. And then we're going to teach you guys how to actually cook and make your own, not poop brownies, but really good brownies, okay? So over the next 5 days, no poop allowed. Does that sound good? If you guys are good at that, type in no poop, because no poop's gonna be allowed. We're gonna focus just on the good stuff so you guys can be successful. All right. No poop. All right, that's the end of my poop analogies. We'll go back to professional business Russell now. Okay, what are we doing in the next 5 days? Day number 1 is called, we're gonna show you guys what I call the 7-figure AI shortcut. Okay, how many of us want a shortcut? Okay, that's what I'm talking about is the shortcut, because I don't want this to be something where you increase your productivity and in 30 years from now, you finally have enough time, you can make a bunch of money. Like, this is the shortcut, the 7-figure AI shortcut. Okay, that's going to be today. Tomorrow, and this is going to be huge for you guys, especially if you're someone who is a coach or a consultant, you're selling information or courses, or if you're someone who's creating software. If that either of those is you, tomorrow, day number 2, we're going to show you our $1 billion breakthrough. Okay, this will be the aha that for most of you guys changes everything. So don't miss tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be insane. When I show you what the $1 billion breakthrough is, it is the secret that made ClickFunnels go to $1 billion in sales that nobody else really noticed. And when I show it to you and I put it on a silver platter, you're like, oh my gosh. This is so simple. Like, this is so easy. So that's happening tomorrow, the $1 billion breakthrough. Day number 3 is called the one person marketing machine. Okay, we're gonna show you how to build out your entire marketing to AI on Wednesday. Day number 4 is called the one person software machine. Okay, literally on day 4, you guys will end day 4 with your own software app that you have built. It'll be done. It'll be functional. You can sell it. You can use it. A lot of you guys will be making money before this week's over because you'll have an app that is done and functioning and working. If you want an app, type app in the comments. Oh yeah, that is the promise, you guys. It's going to blow your mind. In the VIP, someone said, I'm wanting an app for 2 years now. I'm like, oh, well, Thursday you'll have it done. So there you go. You're welcome. Okay. Day 4, we're going to, again, you're going to be one person marketing machine. You will become the lead developer of your own company and we'll be building software and shipping it and selling it by day 4. And day number 5, we're going to share with you guys called the AI side hustle, how to make some money with the AI skills you learned this week. And it's going to be, you're going to love it. It's going to be awesome. So that's the plan for this week. And it's going to be so much fun. Okay. One question, people are like, Russell, are you going to try to sell something during this challenge? Hello. My name is Russell. In my name literally says the word sell, S-E-L-L. If I don't try to sell you something, I will be offended. So I'm not going to try to sell you something. I will literally sell you something. I promise you that before it's over, okay? The good news for you guys is the thing I'm trying to sell is a very, very expensive 2-day implementation bootcamp here in ClickFunnels HQ. For most of you guys, you're not going to want to buy this. You're not going to want to afford this. It's really expensive. So if you guys don't stress out about it, okay, it's going to be $35,000 per seat. And we have 40 of you guys who are coming here and we're going to build this entire thing out in person. And if that's for you, awesome. We'll tell you about it later. But if it's not for you, don't worry. We're going to try to get everything we're going to be implementing today. We're going to try to implement as much as possible during 5 days here. And so don't stress about that. But yeah, there's going to be a bunch of you guys coming, 40 of you who will come to a 2-day implementation event. So I'll sell that later. I promise. Sound good? Okay. All right. So the goal of today is to show you guys how to actually make money using AI. All right. And so, this method that I'm calling this the 7-figure AI shortcut. Okay. And this is going to give you kind of framework of how we're using AI quickly. It's going to show you guys the very first video sales that I launched that crushed it. It used this AI shortcut. I'm going to show you guys. I've done it now probably a dozen times in the last half year using this exact same process. This is something that I've only shared like in my inner circle with people. And so I'm excited to break it down for you guys because this will give you an unfair advantage when you understand it. It's going to make AI basically wield to your powers and do exactly what you want to do. So there's no poop happening, just good stuff. And it's going to be amazing. Okay. And also by the time we're done today, you will have successfully created your very own AI coach that you can give away and you can sell and you can do things. Okay. So this is like, not just me talking at you. By the time today's done, I'm gonna give you a homework assignment. You're gonna build this out and you can give this to somebody and you have it for free where it generates leads for you. You can sell this where someone comes to this bot and asks you a question and then AIU answers it for them. And it's really, really cool. So we're gonna show you guys how to do this and we're gonna give you the tools to do it. There are people currently selling their version of this app for $6,000 a year. And so you're going to have one of these before today's out. So you're welcome. We're building cool stuff. We're helping you make money right out of the gate, which would be really cool. So it's going to be awesome. Okay. And this is our gift to you. Okay. It's the attractive character AI coaching assistant. So we'll show you that at the end, how to do that. But just wanted you guys to know that today's going to be amazing and don't blink because you're going to miss something really cool. Okay. And that way, by the time today's done, you'll have something that you can give to your customers to generate leads. You can add to your offers, increase your value to make you more money, and it makes you more valuable. Okay. All right. With that said, we're jumping in now to the 7-figure AI shortcut. And then again, tomorrow, we're going to be going into the $1 billion breakthrough. So don't miss tomorrow either. Okay. All right. The 7-figure shortcut. Now to do this, I actually wanted to bring up my business partner. He did the VIP session earlier this morning. For all the VIPs, was it pretty amazing hanging out with Todd? Okay. Todd Dickerson is my co-founder in ClickFunnels. We met a little over a decade ago now, and we had a chance to work together, and just someone who I love and respect at the highest level. Him and his family, they're amazing people. He's got such good values. It's like just a great person and literally the smartest person I've ever met in my entire life. Together over the last decade, we had a chance to build this entire amazing company called ClickFunnels. And now with AI, we're doing some really, really fun, exciting things. And so he's in town this week. I'm going to have him, come here in a second today. And then also on day number 4, though, he's going to be back here going and helping you guys actually build out your first app in AI. So I'm grateful for him, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So if everybody virtually, wherever you are around the world, if you can put your hands together for my business partner, Todd Dickerson, let's go. Todd, welcome to Boise HQ.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Awesome. Absolutely. Appreciate it.
What's up, everybody? So this is Todd, you guys. Again, he did a VIP session with all the VIPs earlier today, showing what we're doing inside of ClickFunnels to grow the company using AI, and it was amazing. Hopefully you had a chance to see it. If not, upgrade to VIP and make sure you go back and watch the replays of it because people were freaking out when they kind of saw what was actually happening behind the sines. But awesome. I wanted to talk today about just kind of what happened when we first built ClickFunnels, right? And kind of our business as a whole. And I'm going to go throw slides back up for 1 second, team. There's 4 paths to getting to 7 figures, okay, aka the 2 Comma Club. And we're going to walk through these paths. The very first path is called the how path. And so what I'm going to actually do, we're going to jump up on the board here. So this was we had AI design this for. So this is of course if not, we have to fire ourselves. This isn't like our full org chart. This is kind of like our org chart looks like. So there's Todd and I. We've been co-CEOs of ClickFunnels for a long time. But if you look at like going back to the very beginning of how things started, right? When we first started a company, this is probably true for a lot of you guys. How many of you guys are in the startup phase of your company right now? Okay. So if you're in the startup phase of your company right now, you are usually in the, let's see if I can, okay, I'll go right here. You start on the how path, right? So this is what the how path looks like. Todd and I decided to be business partners. Like, we should launch this thing, this software that builds funnels. This can be amazing. And then I'm like, cool. And so then Todd's like, okay, I got to figure out how to do this. And I got to figure out how to do this. So on my side, what happened was like, okay, we got to create products to sell this. So I had to go learn how to create an offer. And then I had to learn how to write copy to sell the offer. And I had to learn how to do design, and then customer support. And then I had to learn like, okay, I got to build a funnel sales. I had to learn how to be a copywriter here, how to design, how to build a funnel, how to send emails, how to do split testing. And then I had to learn how to drive traffic, how we do partnerships, and then organic traffic, and then paid, and SEO, and the growth. And then I had to figure out how to do this, and this, and this, and this. So that's also I had to figure out on my side of this equation. So what did you have to do on your side to build ClickFunnels?
Yeah, absolutely. I think initially I was more in the front end, back end development doing that. I had almost no experience with DevOps, maintaining software for 100,000 public users. Yeah, so I had to learn that. And then I had to obviously learn security because things had to be secure and PCI compliance and all these other things that I had no idea about at the time. Product management, you got to run a team of lots of different people as you grow, right? So you had to figure out how to do that. You had to do UI design, all of this fun stuff. Had to figure out all of it. QA and testing, I didn't even know most of this was a thing. Do you guys know how many rules there are around accessibility? Yeah, it's a lot of things you got to learn. So performance, automation, making sure things are fast, making sure they work all the time. And then, of course, customer support, all of it, everything that comes with it.
You got to support the software because you built it. No one knows how to fix it.
Oh yeah, you got to write documentation for it. Otherwise your support team doesn't know how to support it and your users don't know how to use it. You got to do every single bit of this all yourself.
Okay. So that's how most people start building a business, right? Is I don't know how to do this, so I have to learn how to do it. And so for me, even before I met Todd, I spent the first, 5 or 6 years trying to learn each of these skill sets. I had to learn, okay, how do I create a product? And then I had to learn how to film, how to edit videos, how to put together a product. And that took me, 5 or 6 months to learn that skill set. And then I'm like, okay, now I got to sell it. How do I make a website? And I had to learn how do you FTP, and I use Microsoft Front Page, and it took me 6 months to figure out that. So I'm a year into it. I got a product and website. But now no one's buying. Now I got to learn, how do I sell this? I had to learn copyright. It took 7 months to learn how to do good copyright, and then I had copy. And then I got a website with a product, and there's copy. No one's buying it. How do I do traffic? And I had to learn. And so the how path works. Especially when we're bootstrapping, we're hustling, but it takes a long, long time, right? How long did it take you to learn how to be a developer?
Oh, shoot. I mean, I'm a computer science major, right? So I've been doing this my whole life. So it took me a decade or more to actually be a good developer at that case. And then of course, all the other tools and stuff. I mean, I spent probably 3 years doing DevOps and security as ClickFunnels is rapidly growing, making sure that I knew how to scale the thing. We were growing faster than all but 300 websites on the internet at one point in time, right? Yeah. So there weren't many experts out there to do it. So I had to spend years learning how to do each of these things. And then, of course, still to this day, I'm learning about things that exist around the compliance and legal side of things with QA and accessibility and all of that. And then the support side as well, right? So UI design, obviously, this changes all the time, too. What works? What are people identifying with? How does it work on phones or mobile and these other experiences? So, yeah, it's a nonstop experience.
Okay, so that is the how path, you guys. And it's the long, slow way. That's how most of us build business initially. How many guys are on the how path and you've done that? Or you're doing it right now. Type in how in the comments if you're on the how path. What's up, how people? All right. Okay, it's good. You can bootstrap. It costs a lot of money, but it takes a lot of time of you. Okay, let's throw slides back. I got one slide I want to add to this, I think, real quick. Okay, the problem with the how path. Okay, the problem is that most entrepreneurs don't ever make it to their vision because they either run out of time or money before they ever get there. That's the reality. Okay, that's the how path. Okay, so number 1 path again is the how path. Number 2 path is called the who path. Now, some of you guys may have heard this book right here called Who Not How. You guys seen this book before? Which camera? This one. Who Not How. This is written by Dan Solve, my buddy Benjamin Hardy. And the concept of this is how takes a long time. Because if I had to go learn copywriting and graphic design and programming and whatever, and you stack them back to back to back, it ends up being 7, 8, 9, 10 years before you ever actually are successful. So the how path takes a lot of time. So the premise of this book was who, not how. So instead of saying, how do I write copy? It's who knows how to write copy already? So then, okay, erase this whole thing.
Well, this is cool.
This is so fun. This is the first time we ever used this board like this. So thank you for humoring us. Okay, so second path is called the who path. Right? And the who path is really exciting. So instead, you're okay, I want to speed things up and make money faster. What I'm going to do is, okay, instead of learning copy, who can I hire who already knows how to write copy? Instead of me going and trying to learn design, who is the designer I can already hire? Who already can do customer support? Who can build a funnel? Who can do email? Who can do CRO? Who can do JVs for me? Who can do organic traffic and paid? And so you find all these different who's. Okay, I'm similar on your side. You started doing who's too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like we hired people for the product management side. We had a whole team of 7 people actually for this role at our peak with the product management roles. We brought in a partner, an equity partner in the business for the front end side of things and the UI UX side of things, right? Like the back end side, I brought in multiple experts, PhD guys to be able to handle that and the performance and scalability side of things. We had a team of multiple QA agents that came in to lead stuff at ClickFunnels. And then of course the support department, hundreds of people actually were brought in to actually run support over the years. And at one phase, we were literally hiring someone a week to scale our support system. So yeah, absolutely. Like the who phase is huge.
Okay, now this is there's the positives of the who, right? Now it's like you can get things done faster. Instead of spending 7 months learning copywriting, I plug in the copywriter and boom, we got copy flowing. Instead of spending 2 years to figure out front-end development, you plug in front-end developer, boom, you're running really fast. Here's the problem with this, okay? Who, not how is amazing, except for the fact that these who's, especially if you get good who's, are very expensive. So this who might be, made it green, but you can't see very well. This who, like our copywriters, some of our copywriters are, $150,000 to $250,000 a year. And you got designers and you got customer support people, and it's like all these different who's start costing a lot of money. And the better the who's are, the more money they start costing.
Yep.
Okay. How cheap were your guys? Were they expensive?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like we're talking about it right now. We had equity plays, right? Like not just cash, but like, yeah, I mean, developers are absolutely 6 figures minimum, right?
Yeah.
Like, or
the juniors are 6 figures.
6 figures are junior developers, right? And the same thing, even on the QA side, like people don't realize it. These are engineers essentially. So you also have lots of money that you're going to spend there, tons of money you're going to spend on security and UI UX, like, and then the support side of things. While individual employees may not be crazy expensive, like you need a ton of people to be able to handle the influx and the support or quality levels.
So there's a big old dollar sign there.
Dollar sign.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's the problem with the who path. It's really good, speeds it up, but very, very, very expensive. I think it said I can't remember if it was earlier today or if it was in the VIP, but our 2 biggest line items are in our company are like employee costs and Zuckerberg costs, like ad costs. Those are 2 most expensive things in our entire business. It's crazy. Yep. Okay, but question, how many guys have built a business on the who path? How many guys are who path people? You've got a bunch of who's working for you, and this is amazing. It's awesome. Okay, how many but the who's take all the money we make because they're so great, but it's expensive, right? Okay, so we got the how path and the who path. And up until, honestly, 6 months ago, like that's kind of it. Even AI was there, but AI is kind of just basic at that point. Yep. And so actually throw slides back up. I think I've got a slide here.
Yeah, there was like stats that have 84% of businesses that tried AI in 2025, like only they saw like 15% productivity gains. Yeah. Like those are the stats from like 2025, 2024, right? Like, yeah. But everything changed like within the past few months.
Yeah. Last month has changed completely. So the problem with the who path is the same problem with the how path, right? Most entrepreneurs don't make their vision because they either run out of time or money. It's very, very expensive to run the who path as well. But it was essential up until literally a few months back, okay? And so now we move on to the 4th path, okay? So we've got the how path, the who path, and the next path is the AI path. And so I'm gonna erase this. Yeah, there we go. Every time we do this, we get like 100 people messaging, what kind of board is that? I don't have an affiliate link for it, so I can't tell you, just kidding. Okay, next is the AI path. And actually, I'm gonna do some slides from the AI path for a second, okay? This is the problem with the AI path traditionally, because a lot of you guys are like, I'm on the AI path. This is the problem with the AI path, okay? The problem is that if you look online, and I'm sure your feed's the same way, you start scrolling through, and every single person's got a million, like 10 ChatGPT hack prompts, like all these little like things that are busy work. They're like, hey, here's 3 things you can post in ChatGPT to make you a millionaire next week. Here's 10 things to make you more productive. Here's that, and like just all sorts of just noise out there, okay? And these are all like, I start seeing all this stuff out there, and literally it's like, all these people have these ways to hack AI and try to get your attention, trying to get you to give you their name, the email address, get you on a list, everything, okay? And they're all using AI for certain things, but they're not, like they never actually built a real business, okay? What this looks like, what I feel like this actually is, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, I made the slide, it's all a bunch of propaganda, okay? Most of the AI garbage, type in propaganda, this is the mic up here, you guys hear me? Type in propaganda if you understand what we're talking about, okay? The propaganda is, most of the AI noise is happening right now, right? They're coming and showing hacks and tricks and secrets, but none of them are coming from the spot of like, here's how to actually make money, okay? And so we use AI differently through the lens of someone who's actually scaled a business to $1 billion, okay? And so the 4th phase, we got the how, the who, the AI path, and then the 7-figure shortcut path. And that's the one we're gonna talk about today. The gist of it, and we're diving deeper, is instead of looking at this like, I have to learn all these skills, or looking at like, who do I hire for these skills? It's looking at saying, okay, what's the system that we can build AI right here that we can build, we can install into the company, and then it just does this thing for us It doesn't cost us money, right? What's the AI system plug in here? Do the same thing and going step by step, department by department, each individual thing, and just kind of coming back and figuring out those things. And that's what we're walking us through today and over the next week. Does that sound good? All right. We can go sit down then and we'll dive into the actual stuff. All right. Hope you guys are able to hear. Some of the mics are a little bit weird. Could you hear me say, if you hear me like everything's good enough, you guys got the gist? All right, let's go. Okay. So that's the things you guys want to walk through is, again, there's the how path, the who path, the AI path, and then the 7-figure shortcut path. So I'm going to walk you guys through a framework. This is the core framework I'm going to teach you guys today. And again, I call it the 7-figure shortcut, 7-figure AI shortcut. Okay. In this shortcut, there's no poop allowed. This is just the recipes, the ingredients in the order you need to actually make something amazing the very first time. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Yes, that sound good? All right. Type in 7 figs, 7 figures. If you want that, 7 figs, let's go. Okay. All right, here we go. So come back to what I told you earlier, my very first AI project, okay? I took what I know from building ClickFunnels to $1 billion in sales on my side, the marketing side of the business. And I was like, okay, I want to create a campaign just to prove this is going to work. And so I created this whole VSL, and I'm going to walk you through the strategy because there's a couple things that everybody's missing who's trying to do this. And if you understand these 3 things in the correct order, it's going to change everything for you, okay? So now is the time to get a pad of paper out if you're taking notes. Okay. I've been talking so fast. I'm so excited. I'm like, keep getting out of breath.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm excited too.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. You guys ready for this? Step number one. Step number 1 is what I call a swipe file. Okay. Before I build anything, the first thing I need to do is figure out the swipe file. Like, what is the proven framework that already works, okay? And so this is true to anything, but like, let's say if I'm gonna go and let's say I want to use AI to write emails for me. I don't just go out to the internet and ask for emails and have it pull in the poop brownies, right? I'm gonna say, I need a swipe file. Who has got the highest converting emails of all time? I'm gonna go find all those. I'm gonna start building a swipe file. I'm gonna say, okay, Frank Kern's my favorite email copywriters. I'm gonna go and pull every Frank Kern email I can find. Russell Brunson's a great email copywriter. I'm gonna pull every Russell Brunson email. Dan Kennedy, great one. I'm gonna go find 10, 20, 30, 40 of the best email copywriters in the world, pull their emails, and I have a swipe file to know exactly what really good emails look like. Okay. If I was going to go and do a video sales letter like I did, right? I don't just go and guess and, hey, AI, build me a video sales letter. I got to go find who's got the highest converting video sales letters of all time. I'm going to go find not 1 or 2, but 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. If I'm going to do a webinar, okay? And so that's what this is called is a swipe file, okay? I'm finding the stuff from that is the perfect representation of what I want created. Okay. And I'm going to feed that into AI. Because if I give it to AI, I'm like, this is what a perfect project looks like. This is what a webinar that did $30 million in sales looks like. Okay. Now it's not fishing for poop off the internet. Instead of saying, this is the actual framework. Okay. Or here's 30 VSLs that have all done over $1 million. This is the swipe file to make sure, like, this is how you know yours is successful. That looks and feels just like this. Okay. So step number 1 is getting swipe files. Okay. So someone's asking, what's a swipe file? Swipe file is an example. It's a case study. It's an example of something that's working already. Okay. So for example, when I started my AI project, I knew I wanted to do a VSL. Okay, the company in the world is the best VSL. It's called Agora Publishing. Okay, and Agora, if you know anything about Agora, they are the biggest publisher of financial newsletters in the world. They do $1.5 billion in sales across their 3 brands. Okay, they have Banyan Hill, Oxford Club, and Paradigm Press. These are their 3 companies. Okay, and everything they sell, all $1.5 billion comes through a video sales letter. Okay, and they look kind of like this. Okay. And so what I did is I went and I researched and I actually found, I think it was 47 different video sales letters written by Agora that are actively running right now. Okay. So I know these video sales letters are the best in the world. Okay. They produced $1.5 billion this year for this one company. So I got all those. Okay. And I got the transcripts for every single one. I had AI go and take the video, pull the transcripts. And all of a sudden I had 47 transcripts. And this is my swipe file. Okay. So before I write a single word, before I try to do anything AI, I get the swipe file first. Okay. And I take the swipe file and I run that through AI and I say, okay, here's 47 of the greatest video sales letters of all time. Can you analyze all of these and tell me the structure they follow? So it goes through and analyzes them all, comes back, says, this is the structure of every single Agora VSL. Like, dang. How much would that be worth to you guys, by the way?
Well, they make a lot of money from it. So, I mean, that gives you some indication of what it might be worth.
Yeah, it's worth a lot. So I did that, right? So I had it and said, here are, I can't quite see my screen, but like those are what, 12 steps or 14 steps. Here's the 14 steps that every Agora VSL follows. And then it gave me like minute by minute, here's what it says and how it says it. Here's the framing, here's the whole thing. Okay. Now I take that, and now when I give that to AI, now AI knows this is how I succeed. This is the perfect output. If I can make the thing that Russell's trying to get me to make follow this process, then it's going to be right. Okay. No poop brownies. It's giving me a golden brownie. Yeah, it's going to make the perfect brownie all time, right? Because it's not guessing. You guys getting this? If you're getting this, type swipe file in the comments. Swipe file. Okay. By the way, even pre-AI, this is what I did. Like I have conservatively, I would say I probably spent $40,000 to $50,000 on swipe files. Like I buy every ad, I buy every single thing just to have them all. So when I'm doing a webinar or a VSL, I can go through people's swipe files and see what they did that already worked. Now with AI, I can analyze 47 VSLs at once. Where in the past, I maybe look at one or two and kind of like try to figure it out on my own. Now I upload it to AI and it gives me all 47, runs through everything and pulls me out the perfect framework, minute by minute, what to say, how to say it, when to say it. It's insane.
If there's one thing AI is amazing at, it's that pattern recognition aspect too. Like things that the authors don't even realize that they're doing because they're just so talented as copywriters. Like when you actually analyze 47 of them, AI points things out that they didn't actually know they were doing. And it's like, oh, that's the interweaved like way of the 100%. Pattern, and like super cool.
It's crazy. Actually, that one of mine, I uploaded a whole bunch of these explainer videos and asked it, I'm like, what's the pattern? And it gave me the pattern. I was like, I had no idea I did that at all.
That's what I do.
Yeah, it's like in my mind is instinct, right? But no, there's a pattern that's underlying. So the swipe file gives me the exact output of what's going to make this succeed. Okay. All right. So that's step number one in the 7-figure shortcut. Okay. Is I am always going to start with the end in mind, right? It's like Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Start with the end in mind. What do I want this to create? How does AI know that this is a good thing? Is I give it the perfect swipe file. Okay. That's number one. Okay. There's going to be 2 more things we're going to walk through. These 3 steps is what gives you the 7-figure shortcut. Okay. All right. You guys good? Number 1, type swipe file in one more time. If you got number 1. Yeah. Swipe file. A lot of you guys are asking, where do you find the swipe file? So we'll get to that. It'll be fun. I want to show you guys.
Well, I mean, they could go spend forever trying to do it themselves.
You can do what I did and spend 10 years trying to find every single ad. Anyway, we got some shortcuts for you. Don't worry. Okay. All right. That's number 1. Now let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is I call the attractive character. Now, if you've read my books, here are my books. You got .com secrets, expert secrets, traffic secrets. The one framework I teach in all 3 books is the attractive character. Okay. It's one of the key philosophies I have in business and marketing. Okay. So what is an attractive character? Okay. In today's world, and this is true 20 years ago when I first started talking about attractive character, but it's even more today. People don't like doing business with brands. Okay. How many brands do you have a connection with nowadays? I can't think of any that I'm like obsessed with this brand. Okay. How many attractive characters, how many like people you follow that you're obsessed with, like them or their ideas or their things, like tons, right? Okay. So every business has an attractive character. It's the human being that's interacting with the audience. Okay. If you don't have an attractive character in the company yet, it might be the reason why your company's struggling, right? There's got to be an attractive character who has a relationship with the audience. Okay. So step number 2 is the attractive character. Now, each attractive character has their own voice. Okay. And there's different voices. There's Russell Brunson's voice when I'm speaking on a challenge like this. Okay. And you probably know Russell's voice. He talks really fast. He's excited. He can't catch his breath because he's so excited. Right. That's my speaking voice. But guess what? I also have a writing voice. I've written 3 books. Okay. This was New York Times bestseller. I'm very proud of that. But I've written 3 books. Okay. My voice of my books is different than my voice of my speaking. Okay. Now the voice of my emails is different than my writing book, than my writing, right? So I have different voices I use as an attractive character. So what we have to do is we have to figure out what is the attractive character's voice. I need to make sure that whatever AI is making for me sounds like me as the attractive character. This is the reason why so many people go out there and they're like, hey, I had AI write an email for me. It didn't sound like me at all. It made me sound stupid. Where I wrote a VSL and it didn't sound like me. How many of you guys have ever said that before? Right? It's like it did it, but it just doesn't sound like me. If that's you, type in angry. Like I hate AI because it doesn't sound like me. I saw one of my friends, big marketer, literally last week. AI sucks at writing emails. I was like, oh, it's because you don't because you're dumb. You're not following my process. Okay. Yeah. Everyone's like, great. You've done it before. Okay. And the reason why is because AI has to know your voice. Okay. And I need to know here's my voice if I'm writing a book, but here's my voice if I'm writing an email. Here's my voice if I'm doing a webinar. Here's my voice. I'm doing a VSL. So I have different voices. I have to capture those voices. Okay. So the way I capture my voice, and this is, sorry, here's my image. This is you, like you create a VSL and you're watching, like, this doesn't sound like me. It sounds like a used car salesman. Like it pulled out some poop brownies off the internet and it made me sound like a used car salesman. Like, I don't want that, right? I got to find the right voice. I capture the voice. So what I do is the next thing I do is I say, if I'm doing a VSL, let me find every VSL I've ever recorded or every YouTube video, whatever it is. I find all of those, right? I transcribe them and then I give those to AI and said, this is what I sound like. Okay. So number one, here's my slide. Number one, you know exactly what the output has to look like. Okay. This is the framework of the perfect VSL or webinar or email, whatever it is, right? Number two, this is what I sound like. It has to sound just like me. It's got to have my mannerisms, my weird things I do. Like it has to have my personality. If the personality of the attractive character is not weaved into the messaging, the whole thing falls apart. Okay. So that's number two. We'll talk about number three in a second. But if you guys understand that, type voice in the comments. Okay. Voice. Yes. Okay. So we have swipe files and we have voice. Those are the first two things you have to have. Okay. Voices are fine. You guys are getting this, right? Okay. All right. Now we're gonna move on to number three. So I've got the swipe files. I've got my voice. And then number three is what I call a creative director. Okay. So what happens is somebody's got to sit down with the attractive character and say, you're making a VSL? Tell me some of your frameworks. Tell me your stories. Tell me. It's going to pull these ideas out of you. Okay. Because if you're like, hey, AI, build me video sales letters, like, okay, and it writes your script. Now here you go. And you're like, duh. Right. But then you go, hey, here's the perfect swipe file. Okay. Writes a really good one. Be like, that doesn't sound like me. Okay. Do it again. Boom. Now it sounds like me. Awesome. But that's not what I'm selling. My stories aren't in there. You don't even know my stories, right? So the third thing is I have to create a director to pull out the context, okay? It's got to extract the stories, the frameworks from the attractive character. The things are going to be weaved into the email or the webinar or the VSL. Does that make sense? You guys getting this? Okay. So what I would do as creative director is I would go talk to AI and say, okay, and I'm going to show you guys, we built some cool tools to make this easy for you. I'll show you in a minute, but conceptually I want you to understand. So you come right here, and the creative director comes out and asks questions. So I'm going to answer questions about myself. And it's going to pull out a framework. It's going to pull out a story. Here's my potato gun story. It's going to pull out one of my frameworks, hook story offer. It's going to pull all these things out of it, right? It pulls those things out and extracts the stories from the attractive character, extracts the frameworks from the attractive character, okay? And now it knows exactly what this video sales letter or webinar email is actually about, okay? So now what it does, 7-figure shortcut, is it takes the perfect swipe file. So here's the exact structure of what the perfect thing looks like. Here's the voice of the attractive character. So it sounds like the attractive character. And number three, here's all the stories and the frameworks from the attractive character that we're going to weave into this swipe file structure. And then this is the thing. And by putting those three things together, you guys, is the secret to the AI shortcut, to be able to create something that is going to potentially, and again, I can't say income claims, I'm not, but this is how you get something that's going to be really, really good that's actually going to work, okay? This is the way that I built that very first VSL. Because again, I didn't understand AI, I didn't understand any of those things, but I did understand these three things, right? Swipe files. I got to pull out the perfect video sales letter swipe files to be able to give AI the structure I need. Number two, I got to make sure it sounds just like me and pull the best things of me speaking. And number three, here's the stories and the frameworks I want to weave into this video sales letter. And I have those three things, put them into AI, and then boom. What normally would have taken me 6 weeks to write, okay? The video sales letter, if you've watched it, it's 50 minutes long, 50, almost an hour long, okay? It took me about 3 or 4 hours to gather all these three things. I plugged it into AI, and then I wrote it, and it wrote the entire thing in less than an hour, okay? And we've gone on to launch that. Like I said, it has been running. We spent $1 million a month in ads towards it, and it's been blowing up, okay? So that's the 7-figure shortcut. You guys getting this? Okay, type in shortcut if you guys are understanding this. So I'm saying, which tool did you use? We'll get to that. Don't stress out, okay? All right, shortcut, you guys are getting, okay? So again, here's the process. Number one, you extract all the stories and the frameworks. You take those stories and you plug them through the attractive character's voice, and then from that, you plug it into the perfect swipe file, and from there, out the back pops a really, really good output that can actually make you money. Okay, take a screenshot of that. Everyone, get your phone out, take a screenshot of this, because that is the 7-figure AI shortcut. That is something right there. Companies are paying us insane amounts of money to come consult them on how to use AI to actually make money. That's the big aha. That's the big secret. Okay, so make sure you get a picture. You got a picture of that. If you've got it, type "got it" in. So make sure you get it, because you're going to come back. Show us that picture again, Russell. I don't want to lose the framework. Okay, you got it good. This is it, you guys. This is a 7-figure AI shortcut. If you can understand this, you can wield AI to make you insane amounts of money. Okay, it's literally what I did in my very first AI test, which was this video right here. Okay. Again, found all of Gore's VSLs, got the output, fed AI my voice, and I fed it all my stories, my frameworks, output in an hour, wrote this entire VSL, created it, launched it, and boom, there you go. Okay, so that is the 7-figure AI shortcut. You guys getting this? How you guys feeling right now? You're getting it? Okay, if you learn nothing else beside that right there, you guys, that's worth $1 million to you right now, and you got it for free for coming to the challenge and hanging out. Okay. Now we're only 1 hour into day number 1. We got some more cool things today, but then also we've got the rest of this week that's going to be insane. So hopefully that alone was enough to give you guys, okay, this is worth my time. I'm showing up tomorrow. I'm not going to miss it. I'm going to show up next day. I'm not going to miss it, because we're layering on these strategies for you guys, and then we're going to start weaving it into what AI, what software, how does it work? And so that's kind of game plan. Does that sound good? Okay. All right. It's time to get our hands dirty. How many of you guys want to actually do something and get our hands dirty and actually create something amazing? If that's you, type in dirty hands. I'm so bad at always calling it out. I see some presenters always have like the perfect phrase. You type in dirty hands fast. Good job. All right, dirty hands. Let's get our hands dirty. Okay. So as you guys know, when you registered for this challenge, we had a VIP. Do you guys remember? The VIP gave you guys the VIP sessions every single day. It gave you the replays to everything. And it also gave you guys a 14-day trial to a new software tool called marketingsecrets.ai. And I saw during the VIP, everyone's like, when is it going to launch? When's this live? It's live. If you go to marketingsecrets.ai and log in right now, you can go inside, but don't do it yet, because I'm going to show you guys something first. I want to walk you guys through what we're doing, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to use this first, and then you have a chance to actually go in there and do some crazy cool stuff, okay? Does that sound good? All right, here we go. So I told you guys this is the framework for the 7-figure AI shortcut. Today, we're going to do this piece together. Okay, we're going to help you to figure out your attractive character's voice inside the software. And it's going to do some crazy things. It's not only going to help you find your voice, it's also going to extract all your stories, all your hooks. It's like the dream thing I built for myself, and now you guys are going to get this because it's insane.
I keep seeing questions about like, what if I don't have a voice? Like, what if I don't know? What if I've never recorded anything before? Like, I'm just getting started. I don't know. And like, this is going to help you. This is going to help that.
This is going to make it so simple for you guys. It's going to blow your mind. Okay. All right. Again, this is going to be on the foundation for everything else you do inside of AI. Okay, from your marketing, from your sales, from your everything else comes back to this piece right here, which is the attractive character voice. Okay, if you get nothing else out of this entire week other than understanding and learning and building this out, it'll be worth its weight in gold. Okay, so this foundation will become the foundation for everything. Okay. And then remember I told you earlier, we're actually going to give you the sexy thing as well. We're going to help turn your attractive character voice into software that you can give to people, where you can have your software coach people based on your ideas, your frameworks, your stories. And this is built into the Marketing Secrets app. So you guys will get this just for hanging out today, which is going to be amazing. Okay. And there's literally people selling their version of this for $6,000 a year or more. So you can use it though to give it, you can use it for lead generation. You can use it as a bonus. You can actually just sell access to it as a thing. Like this is all something you're going to have done today when you guys finish the homework. Does that sound good? Yeah. Jet said, wow, thank you. Jen said, oh yeah. Okay. If you want that, say, oh yeah. Because this is gonna be our gift for you guys for hanging out today. Oh yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. All right. Okay. So again, you have something you can give away or add to your offers and make it more valuable. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how to use marketingsecrets.ai. Okay. So marketingsecrets.ai, the way that I think about it in my head is this is basically, all of the frameworks that I teach inside these books, okay? .com secrets, expert secrets, traffic secrets. We're turning all of these frameworks into software, okay? And I'm not done with all of them yet. This is the big, it took me a decade to write these books. So we're turning them into software, because what's crazy about this, I look at the last decade as we've been doing ClickFunnels together, right? People would come and they would read the books, and they create a ClickFunnels account, and then they had to go basically take the ideas from here and figure it out on their own, and then go and create their Dream 100, create their this, and they had to figure it out on their own. But even with that, the fact they had to read a book, use our software, we have, I think we're over 3,500 people have won a 2-Column Club award. Yeah. I don't remember the numbers. It's like 200, 300 people that won 2-Column Club X award by taking these frameworks and just applying them on their own. Yep. And so what the goal of Marketing Secrets AI was to take all these individual frameworks that are in here and just make it software. So it makes it way easier. So that's kind of, if you look at from the outside, that's what Marketing Secrets AI is taking all these books and turning it into software for you to be able to execute on things faster. Because if in a decade, we got 3,500 people who won 2-Column Club award, what can we do now if we take these things and turn them into software? I would love to see, maybe it's a year, maybe, I don't know. Yeah. We'll find out what it looks like. Okay. But that's what Marketing Secrets.ai kind of is. Now, when Todd and I started building that, well, I built one app inside by myself, so I feel like a programmer. Yeah, absolutely. Todd and the rest of our team did most of the work, but we kind of thought about this initially. Okay. The very first thing that you have to understand about how Marketing Secrets.ai works because other people have software. It's not the same, but I've seen other people, they go and they have like 1,000 agents. Like, there's an agent that's your copywriter, an agent that's your traffic guy, an agent and like 55 different agents. And I was like, we should build it that way. And Todd's like, no, we can't. Instead, we got to build Marketing Secrets AI where everything's focused on one chief of staff that's running things. And I didn't understand it at first. And then he showed me how he's running the entire software development of everything we're doing through one chief of staff. I was like, I'd love you to talk about just the psychology of, and we talked about the VIP session a little bit, but psychology of looking at how to run your projects based on a chief of staff versus having a million different little agents.
Yeah. So the way I think I phrased this with you when we were talking about it is like, do you want to have a bunch of outsourcers that are specialized in different areas, or would you rather have one chief of staff on your team that you talk to him and him or her, right? And they figure it out, right?
Super agent,
like
right?
One super agent. And you're like, yeah, I mean, if that was possible, and it's like, well, that's where things are going. And AI is moving so fast that even if you don't feel like there's quality in that right now, it's like there will be very, very soon. So like basically the idea behind it is exactly how I operate things today. I have one primary agent, which has all the memory, all the context on all the different projects we're working on, the conversations that you and I are having, the videos you've shared to me, like all the things we're talking about are in this agent's brain. So that agent is able to go work on any project we want and spin up ideas that I hadn't even thought about, right? Like I might be like, hey, this is the idea. We're going to work on this. And they're like, oh, that's great. It actually correlates with something Russell's working on over here. We should plug in this. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Like we should do that. Like we were talking about it on the VIP, like we had built 20 different apps over the past like 2 months, probably, like literally, like, and by being able to build that fast and have like this central brain for everything, we were able to surface ideas that made sense for this week even. So super cool.
It's really cool when you see how Todd does it, like his chief of staff is connected to like every one of his calls. Like it shows with every Zoom call, and it's getting the transcripts and pulls back the information. And then it's in Slack, and it's looking Slack messages. And so when Todd and I have a conversation now, it's not just me talking to Todd and us brainstorming. He pulls in his chief of staff, and then like I'll ask Todd a question. He's like, hey, EA, what do you think about this? And it goes out. It's like, well, based on blah 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 blah. And it comes back, and it's like, yeah, it pulls all this information, and it's so crazy. And so that's kind of the way we built Marketing Secrets. Very similar, where you log in, you have the chief of staff that can do everything for you.
Yeah. And as I'm like building out mine and working all these new things, we're bringing all the insights that are cutting edge that we're experimenting with into this platform. So as I learn better ways to make the memory systems work, to be able to like keep project management isolated, but also share information and all this, it's complex to get working well. As we do that, we bring that back into this software as we solidify those methods. So
yeah, it's so cool. So throw slides back up. So chief of staff, when you log into the Marketing Secrets.ai, you'll see here's the chief of staff, and this is your little person who you communicate with, right? And it works just like a chatbot on ChatGPT or Claude or anything. Now, this is what's powerful, because this is one of the number one concerns that we had when we were getting ready for this challenge. I was talking to my inner circle members, talking to our coaching clients, talking to my friends, like talking to everybody, trying to figure out like, and this is one of the things everyone gets stuck with. I'm curious if this is for you, okay? The problem is you're like, well, I don't know which one to use because someone told me that Claude was the best. Someone else told me that this was, or this wasn't, and this is the best for images, this is the best for research, this is the best for whatever. And the reality is that's true. Okay, I know for me, it's like, and again, the market shifts all the time, but I know that in my mind, Perplexity is the best thing for research. So I go to Perplexity and I research stuff and it pulls back all this amazingness. And I'm like, but Claude is the best for writing. So I have to copy and paste everything and then move it over to Claude. And I'm like, hey, Claude, here's something up for Perplexity. Help me write this thing. And then it writes something. And I'm like, okay, now I need to go create slides. So I copy it and my best slide one is like madness. So I move it over and so I'm copying from thing to thing to thing. And it's a nightmare. It's one of my biggest frustrations. And I was telling Todd this, he's like, well, we can build a chief of staff so that if you ask it a research question, it goes and it actually hits Perplexity and does the research and brings it back here to chief of staff. And they feel like, I want to try something and go and can ping Claude, and it can write it and then bring it back and so on and so forth. That's my understanding.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. Literally right now, you'll see on like the chat in the UI there, you can go in and you can pick a model. So you can basically be like, I just want to talk to Perplexity. Like you're talking to the exact same Perplexity that if you go to perplexity.com and pay whatever their monthly fee is now, it's right there. It's just built in. You can ask it a one-off question as for your deep research. Or if you just talk to your chief of staff agent, you tell it you want it to go off and do deep research around a topic, it'll go and likely pick Perplexity deep research to literally do the research, bring it back into context in relationship to your memories, in relationship relationship to all the other work you've done, all the other apps that you're interacting with, which we haven't even talked about that, but all the other stuff that's in the platform, all right in one spot. So you don't need monthly subscriptions to 30 different tools. Literally, we're putting all of them right here. Yeah. So a lot of you probably like, I mean, I know I do. I pay hundreds of dollars a month for tools that I use like maybe 3 times a month. And then like the other ones, I've got my favorite ones of the time period, like based on what I'm doing that I'm working with. And now you no longer have to actually do that. You no longer have to use all the different subscriptions, especially depending on your use cases, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that alone, a lot of you guys, it should be amazing. And I see in the comments there people like, wait, what do you mean? Like again, if you go to like I have a ChatGPT Pro account or whatever, so I pay $200 a month ChatGPT, $200 a month for Claude, $200 a month for Manus, $200 a month. So I'm kind of have all the subscriptions. What's cool about this is we're pinging it through their API. So you'll notice like when you type it, it's a little slower than maybe you're going directly to ChatGPT, but it's going through, it pings their API. And so you don't have to have an account at 5 or 6 different things, right? And as long as you're inside the marketing secrets, it pings the API, we pull it back for you. And so even if you don't have an account, it doesn't matter because we have an account with it from the API. I'm saying it right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Look, I want to make sure I understand it right. Yeah, it's pulling things back and it pulls it all in one spot. Now, what's cool about this is let's say next month, Perplexity starts not doing very good and then new super magic AI bot becomes better at research. Todd just plugs that in the back end and now it stops hitting Perplexity. It's this one instead. And if Claude starts getting bad at writing and ChatGPT gets like just this last week, ChatGPT's images got better than the other one. Oh, yeah. And so it's like shifted over there. And so like what's nice is you don't have to stress about what's the best thing today. You just talk directly inside of to your chief of staff inside of Marketing Secrets, and it'll literally do the best thing today. And if the best thing tomorrow is different, it changes. That's why earlier everyone's like, hey, Russell, which AI did you use? Like it doesn't matter. Okay. It'll use the best one for you. If Claude's the best writer right now, then it'll use Claude. If something else is best, it'll use that for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you guys are getting this and thinking this is way easier than me having 40 different subscriptions, type in no more subscriptions in the comments down below. Yeah, it's so much more simple, you guys. That's what we're trying to build because partially it was annoying for me, but also for most of our people in our community, they're like, this is so hard because I'm using 5 different things. I have to copy and paste, where now it pings the best one, brings it all back, and it's in one spot all together. Okay. Anything else you want to add on that? Or is that kind of...
No, that's awesome. That's exactly how it works. Yeah. We did that with images. Like you said, we just updated the images. So it has GPT image 2, it has Nano Banana 2, like it has all the best ones. And you don't have to like go back and like be like, wait, so do I need a subscription for Gemini now? Like, no, it's all right here. Just use this.
Yeah. I want to explain what some of you guys are asking, like, how does this actually work? So as you guys know, you have a trial right now. When you sign up for VIP, you got a trial to this. You have access to the trial. And with the trial, you get a certain amount of credits every single month. And VIP people ask, like, what are credits? How does that work? And it's very similar to like how cell phones used to work back in the day, where it's like you have a cell phone agreement, and for the cell phone agreement, you get X amount of hours for free. And then if you go over, then it costs so much per credit. That's how every AI system works right now. ChatGPT, Claude, everything is you pay X amount per month. And if you go over that, then you pay for credits. So the same thing's happening here is you pay whatever the base is for the software, and you can use as much as you want. And if you run out of credits, then it just bills you for the credits. And so, but you're not having to pay $200 a month for 10 different services. It's just you pay the flat fee of Marketing Secrets. And then if you go overage, then you pay for that. But that's kind of how it works. Is that making sense, you guys? You guys getting this? Okay. All right. So how you get access to that? When you log into Marketing Secrets AI, you can click on the software tab right there. Boom. And then it'll take you right there. And, oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead. Okay. All right. Sorry, that was the end of a thought. So that's the first thing, okay? Next thing, okay? I'm gonna show you guys something really cool. How many of you guys have ever used ChatGPT for a while, and then you moved from ChatGPT to Claude, and you felt like, in fact, I'm gonna give you a good analogy for this, okay? Again, I haven't dated for a long time. My wife and I have been married for like 25 years, so I don't know how dating actually works, but I think in my mind it's kind of like this, right? You go on a date for a bunch of time, you get to know someone, you tell stories back and forth, and you build a good relationship, but then you break up with the person, and you go on a date with someone new, and it's like, oh, I gotta tell this person everything about myself again, like who you are, your backstory, and like what you like, what you don't like. You start a whole new relationship, okay? The same thing is true when you are going with AI, right? So I used ChatGPT initially for 2 years all by itself. So I had ChatGPT, I was doing AI, and it started getting to know me really good. I felt like I had this rapport with it, and then everyone's like, ChatGPT is no good anymore. Now we got to move over to Manus, or whatever it was. So I moved over to Manus, and I started this relationship. It's like, oh, Manus knows nothing about me. So I'm like, okay, hey, my name's Russell. This is what I like. This is my taste. This is, and I start this whole conversation. And so I spent 6 months with Manus. So eventually it knew me, and like we had this great relationship. And then everyone's like, Manus sucks. Claude's the best. I'm like, oh. So I break up with Manus. I go over to Claude, and it's like, starting a new relationship, first date. Hey, Claude, my name's Russell Brunson. Let me tell you about myself, right? And it was frustrating. And it kept happening. How many of you guys have gone through that AI dating, first date experience? If that is, type in AI dating. Okay. Yes, AI dating. Yeah, some of it sucks. Yeah, it's a nightmare. And so I was venting to Todd, and Todd's like, well, what if we just build a super brain? I'm like, what does that mean? So when you go inside of Marketing Secrets AI, we built a super brain. So you go click on software, it'll take you to a spot here that says the brain. You click on the brain, and it's going to pull up the brain. And so I'll try to explain this Russell version. I'll try to tell you guys what is actually true. So with the brain, what's cool about this is everything that's happening, it'll store those things. It stores memories inside the brain here. Okay, so start storing all these different memories. So as you're doing stuff with chief of staff and you're getting this and that, it starts to get to know you, gets to know your voice better, and it upgrades the brain and starts saving all these memories over time. Okay, number two. So that's the first part. Number two then is you can actually feed the brain. So you can go back and you can look at your ChatGPT history. So I did this last night, actually. It was kind of fun. And I said, ChatGPT, show me all the memories, and it pulls them up. Yep. And I can copy them and I can paste them here. Now it knows everything in ChatGPT. And I went to Manus, I copied all my memories. I went over to Claude, so I copied all my memories, and they're all stored here in this one spot. And one thing was interesting, and I'm going to tell you this, I learned this last night from Todd. I was like, ChatGPT, I've used it for 2 years, and it only had like maybe 24 memories. And I was like, where happened to all the rest of it? And do you want to tell me what you told me? Because I was like, where did they all go?
Yeah, I mean, like they just choose not to store it, right? Like that's the short version. Like the AI basically gets to pick what it stores. And for whatever reason, they basically have chosen not to store all the memories, right? So what we do is like, we're much more aggressive on that. So we're able to remember every conversation, every single piece, every single detail. So when you're going back through it, I mean, it's all there. Yeah. Like that's the short version. Like, and there's other tools like Manus that don't even have cross conversation memory, like unless you literally go in and explicitly set it up. Like, so ours actually, like in that chief of staff, as you were talking about setting up, you can like just talk to the AI and it's going to remember things. And if you explicitly tell it to remember things, it will definitely remember the thing, right? And then you open up a new conversation and it remembers the things from the previous conversations and the other things that are happening. So yeah.
So cool. So again, step number one is you go back and it starts building this brain out for you. Number two is anywhere you've had other places, you can start copying it and copying it over. And then the third thing, oh yeah, here's an example of me doing that yesterday. So I copied over all my ChatGPT stuff and I fed the brain. Now it's getting smarter and smarter. And then third thing, which is cool, is because a lot of you guys are still going to use other agents. Like maybe you use Marketing Secrets for a lot of stuff, but you still use Claude because you want co-work and code and stuff like that. You can actually take the brain, you can take a little piece of code, you connect it to ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you're using. And then as you're doing stuff in these other platforms, it'll feed the brain back here. So that way everything is centralized and it's stored in one spot. And that way, if also you decide I want to start using Perplexity, you can just link to it and Perplexity will go back, look at the brain, it has everything it needs. Or if you're in chief of staff, all the brain's there all the time. Okay. And it doesn't get deleted after a couple of weeks or a couple of months. It's always there, growing, evolving, getting better and better and better.
Yeah, that's super powerful and important to like double click on, I think. But the fact that like, even if you are going to continue using Perplexity directly, Claude directly, whatever your tool of choice is, like the memory shared amongst these systems once you hook them all together. This acts as a central hub. I think everyone needs this. And for whatever reason, the big AI companies don't want to play nicely with each other like this. So it requires a third party like us to create the brain. And now you can plug that into Perplexity, into Claude, into Manus.
Which, by the way, check it out. That's my slide. Yeah, let's go.
Use it everywhere.
We're
right?
thinking on the same path. Yes,
absolutely. And I see like questions about how do I see this? How do I log in and stuff? Support at marketingsecrets.com is an option if you like didn't get the email or login or whatever. And how do people go get VIP?
I'll show you in a second. Okay. I'm going to show you. Yeah, I want you guys focusing here so you understand it first. Then we'll show you exactly where you're at. We'll show you to log in like 2 minutes. We're almost there, I promise. I just want to make sure when you show up, you understand, okay? So again, the first thing you went through is like, we showed you this how chief of staff works. Number two, this is how the brain works. And if you're like, but Russell, how am I going to remember all this? You're talking too fast. The coolest thing is that every feature inside of Marketing Secrets AI, we create what's called a sprint. So sprint is a training to show you exactly how to do it. So as soon as we get off this call, you can jump into the sprint. You click on sprint, it's going to pop up and you're like, show me the brain sprint. You click on there and there's like 5 videos that take, I don't know, 12 minutes to watch, and it'll walk you through exactly how to do it. So don't stress. It's going to be like all the trainings in there on exactly how to go and make sure the brain's working for you. Gio said, I'm talking too fast. It's a good thing you're a VIP so you can get the replays and slow me down if you want to. All right. Sarah says, I am so in. This is so cool. Very, very cool. Okay. So you click on that and then again, watch the sprint and as you watch the sprint tonight and it'll show you exactly how to do it. We're more kind of showing what's possible and then you can dive in here and actually start using it. Okay. So that's the basics of what Marketing Secrets AI is. Okay. All right. So now I want to give you guys your secret mission for tonight. This is your homework for today. You guys up for secret mission? If you are, type in secret mission. I want a secret mission. Okay, because before you show up tomorrow, I want the secret mission done. Okay, all right. I told you guys that the 7-figure shortcut is based on these 3 things, right? Swipe files, attract character voice, and extracting stories. Okay, today your secret mission is to actually start doing this. Start actually getting your attractive character voice plugged into Marketing Secrets of AI, because you're going to be using this when it's writing emails for you, when it's doing VSLs for you, when it's creating webinars for you, like all the cool things it's going to be doing, social content for YouTube. Like Marketing Secrets of AI is going to be doing all the stuff that you learned about in these books. It's going to be doing it for you. But if you read all 3 of these books, the core foundation of all of these is the attractive character voice. So your core foundation for today is to go and actually plug in your attractive character voice. And this is one of the coolest things for me about the software. So I'm walking us through how to do it. Okay. Here's how you add your attractive character voice. On the sidebar, there's a little button that says, say software. You click on software, and it's gonna, here's a bunch of software. You can click on what says attractive character. You click on that, and it takes you to this like the page. Okay, now you can set up multiple attractive character voices if you want. Okay, so I set up one for Russell Brunson. I set up one for Coach Russell Brunson, because this is the one that's doing my AI coaching that you'll see here in a little bit. But I could set up one for Dan Kennedy. I could do Napoleon Hill. I could do one for my kids or my wife. So you can set up multiple attractive character voices. Okay, but you're gonna create a character, and then you're gonna name that character and call it yourself. Call it Todd Dickerson, Russell Brunson. You type it in, very simple, okay? Now just create an attractive character voice, okay? It's create an attractive character. Now inside of there, you're gonna go and you're gonna add different voices. Now remember I told you before that I have there's a writing, like the way I write my books, there's one voice. This is my voice writing style for books, okay? But the way I write my emails is a different voice. Okay, this is one reason why people have AI. It sucks. Is like it wrote an email, but it sounds like my books, and no one's gonna buy based on my books, right? Or it takes the way you write your emails and it weaves it into your books, and all of a sudden it's like, this doesn't look like a book. It looks like an email. It's all these ellipses and weird stuff, right? And so I create a different voice profile for every different type of thing I might be doing. Okay, so I come down here next, but I click on New Voice, and it pops up. It's like, okay, here's the voice. Here's my coaching voice. Here's my email voice. Here's my stage voice, my video voice, my social voice, and you can add your own in there as well, right? So you go and you create an actual voice. And you can create as many voices as you want, okay? We're gonna create a voice. And so in this example, I created my book writing voice, okay? So I created a voice, and what I do is I took the Word documents of my 3 books, I copied and I pasted it in, and then Marketing Secrets to AI goes and it reads all 3 of my books. It takes like 2 minutes, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. It reads all 3 of my books. And then from that, it says, okay, this is Russell's voice style sheet. This is how Russell writes books. He talks like this. He does this. He never does this. He always does this. Every single chapter starts like this. And it's like, it has everything about how I actually write my 3 books all in here. So now if I want to use Marketing Secrets to write a book, it's not going to throw out crap. It's going to say, well, based on Russell's voice style sheet for chapter number 1, we got to have an intro story. Russell, what's the story to put in here? And so it knows exactly how to do my voice, okay? So it creates a voice style sheet for each different thing. So there's a voice style sheet for my books. There's a voice style sheet for my podcast, a voice style sheet for my emails that's going to learn and understand you. And what's cool is every time I add more stuff into it, it learns and it updates that style sheet in real time. So it gets better and better and always sounds just like you, okay? Now this is the next cool part. Okay, if you think that's cool, type cool in right now, but I'm about to do a double cool here in a second. Type in cool if this is cool. Okay, all right, you guys ready for double cool? We used to do these events where I would have everybody come to Boise and I would teach story. And we go deep into story structure, everything. And I spent like 4 hours. They had to go in their own private corner and they had to pull every story that they had out of the brain. And each story had to be tied to a false belief their customer actually had. And they had to then architect the entire story arc of that story. And then we started building out these huge databases of their story. We call it the story inventory or the story index, okay? Now what's cool about this is as you start throwing in your books, your emails, your YouTube videos, your podcasts, it will actually go and extracts your entire story inventory for you. This is insane. Type cool in if you see what I'm saying. Okay. When I threw these books in there, it analyzes them all. It's like, hey, I found 600 stories inside your books. I'm like, dang, that's awesome. Okay. So it pulls out the 600 stories in my story index. And if you click on the story index, it pops up and it's like, here's the actual story. It tells the entire story. I'm like, this is amazing. And it says, here's the story arc, what you have to do in the story. So it's like, here's your backstory here. And it weaves in all the details. If I'm missing a detail, it's like, you're missing this and this, but the rest of the story arc is there. And then it's like, pull out a bunch of hooks. So here's all the hooks I have. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Now imagine this. Chief of staff now knows all this. Okay. So I'm writing a webinar. I'm like, hey, what's up, chief of staff? Let's write this webinar. Go look at my story database, my story inventory, and find 10 stories that would fit in this spot. And it goes out there, it finds us all. Here's 10 different stories. Which one would you like to use? I'm like, oh, let's use that one. And then it's like, here's the story structure. Here's 5 hooks you could potentially use. boom, it's all in the database, right? It's all in the brain here. Or if you're like, hey, I want to do an Instagram reel today. Do I have any stories about blah, 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 blah? And it looks at my story database and finds everything. It's like, here's 3 stories that fit there. And here's 5 hooks you can use for each one. I'm like, that made it easy. Grab my phone and here's my hook. There's my story. And I go back. Here's the story based on the perfect story structure. Like, it is insane. I literally built this for me, you guys. I selfishly don't, like, this was just for me. And I'm going to let you guys all have it because it's insane. But you guys getting what we're putting down here? Okay, this is amazing. Okay, so build that story database. And so that's the goal for today. What I want you guys to do is start building out your attractive character voice, okay? You're going to go to the software, you're going to create a character, and you're going to go say, here's my book voice, my podcast, like whatever you got, okay? And you're going to just copy and paste files into it. It'll do all the hard work, extracting it, building out the stories, building the hooks, building everything, but it's going to build this story inventory for you that we can then use tomorrow to start creating emails and video, like everything else we'll be doing this week. Okay. All right. I already see it right now. But Russell, what if I haven't written any books yet? Okay. A couple of things. If you haven't written any books, that's okay. Where have you ever used your voice publicly, right? Maybe have you been on a Zoom call before? How many Zoom calls do you have? Okay. Zoom usually records almost everything. Grab Zoom calls that you've been in and throw that in there. Okay. Have you ever spoke at church before or at something else? Have you ever spoke before? Take those transcripts if you find them. Have you ever written a journal before? Take your journal writing and upload in there. Okay. Voice memos. Have you ever done voice memos to yourself or to somebody else? I use an app called Voxer. I haven't told you yet. I extracted over the last 48 hours every Voxer message me and you have ever done before together.
Gosh.
It's over 9,000 Voxers. And I just had AI go and extract 9,000 Voxers between Todd and I. So I have every conversation Todd have had in Voxer literally on my computer right now. I can just like upload that as a voice, like Todd Russell conversation voice, and boom, it becomes a voice. Emails. Have you guys ever sent an email before? Take all your emails that you want and throw it in there as well. Okay. And if you're like, I still don't have anything, Russell, that's okay. If you don't have anything, there's a little button that says tell a story. And you click on tell a story and it pops up right now and says, do you want our creative director to ask you questions or you just want to riff? And you click the button and then you just talk. And you can tell 10 stories tonight or 20 stories or a billion stories tonight, as many as you want. I'm going to show you guys one little hack. Do you guys want a hack? I used to type everything. How many of you guys still type? If you type in the comments, TYPE. Okay, if you type, I'm so sorry. I don't type anymore because of Todd. Todd and Ben Moot on my team both got me to stop typing. When we were doing the One Comma Club Challenge in January, Todd was showing AI stuff, and he just clicked this button. He would talk it, blah, 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 and then it would just do it all. I'm like, what? And then Ben set up my computer. It's called Whisper Flow, okay? So what you do is you go to aisecretschallenge.com/whisper, WSPR. You install this on your computer. I think it's like $7 a month, $10 a month. Yeah. It's ridiculous, whatever it is. In fact, I looked in the last 30 days, Whisper has 158,000 words I put into Whisper. Okay. I don't type anymore. I just click this button, like the button on your keyboard says FN. I always thought like the fun button, and no one's ever used it before. Whisper hooks up to the fun button, and you just click it, and you just talk blah, 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 as long as you want. You just rant for as long as you want, okay? So what happens is tonight, you're going to go in here, you can click on tell a story, and then it's going to either guide you, or it's going to be, you click on whatever one, and it's going to ask you a question. You click the fun button after you install Whisper Flow, and you just talk for like 20 minutes, blah, 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 blah. When you're done, you can take your finger off, and it takes it all, puts it in there, and you click submit, and then ask next question. You click fun, and then talk, and you just do that. By the time it's done, you've got this entire huge thing, and you can just talk, like you just talk. You don't have to like worry about grammar or punctuation, or they just talk like you're talking to a friend for as long as you want. And then by the time you're done, it'll pull all your stories out, structure them correctly, pull the hooks out, does all the work for you. It is insane. It's going to change everything for you.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but like they have an app for your phone too. Yeah. Like they can replace the Siri horrible voice to text that like always gets it wrong. Mm-hmm. So Whisperflow actually learns over time too. So like if you like backspace and change something, like it gets that update and it learns, oh, that's what he meant by that word when he said that. Yeah. Like so it actually gets really, really good.
It's really cool. Yeah. I'll say something like, I mean, and then it cleans that up. Like uses AI to rewrite so it actually makes sense. But I promise you guys, this will change your life. So again, Whisper Flow, again, there's the link, aisecretschallenge.com/WISPR. Go there. And then again, it's cheapest. Like you'll never have to type again. Typing is such, like when I type stuff now, I'm like, this is so annoying, like how hard it is for my fingers. Like this is insane. Again, last 30 days, 158,000 words I've used through Whisperflow, and it's changed everything. Like it's how I write my emails, how we do our videos, webinar, everything happens now through Whisperflow. And so what's nice about this is, again, when you go in here to your attractive character voice, click tell a story and use Whisperflow and just start telling stories. Okay. And you should do a story every day, do a story every night, do it like just keep adding stuff, and it's going to start building up your voice inside of the software. It's going to start pulling out all your stories. It's going to have all your hooks, your angles, and everything's going to be in there, and it's going to be amazing. Okay. So if the URL doesn't work, type in, try www.aisecretschallenge.com/whisper, or just Google Whisperflow, whatever. Okay. Okay. So here's your homework for tonight, my friends. Now, obviously, to do the homework, you have to be able to log into Marketing Secrets AI. So if you're already a VIP, congratulations, the software's been unlocked for you. You can go in there. You got a 14-day trial. It's in there. Go to marketingsecrets.ai and just log in. You have a chance to go play with all the magic fun tools that are in there. So congratulations. If you can't log in for some reason, it
was support at marketingsecrets.com.
Support at marketingsecrets.com, not .ai. We should put that on the slide.
Maybe it's getting updated.
Everyone spam that in the comments so everyone knows if they get stuck. Type in support at marketingsecrets.com. Don't mess with us in the support. Okay, everyone's spamming it. There it is. Yeah, go in. If something happens, let us know there. But hopefully it'll work for you. Go to Marketing Secrets AI. It should be working. Okay. Now, if for some reason you didn't upgrade to VIP, now is your time. Okay. All you got to do is go to aisecretschallenge.com/VIP. Now, the cool thing about VIP is a couple things. Number one is every morning we do a VIP session. Todd did one this morning that was insane. The VIPs were going crazy. So you'll get those. I mean, tomorrow morning we'll start an hour earlier as a VIP. Number two, VIPs get all the replays of this entire week. Okay, so you get the VIPs. And number three, VIPs get 14-day trial to the Marketing Secrets AI software. Okay. Now, what's cool about it is in the past, we always sell VIP for $197, but you get VIP for free just for creating a trial. That's it. Okay. So what that means is you can use the trial of Marketing Secrets the next 14 days. And if you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, you can cancel and you still keep the replays. You still got the VIP access and you still got 14 days to play in the software. So that's the VIP pitch. It's crazy. 19% of you who signed up for the challenge already came from VIP. So 19% of you already have access. Just go to marketingsecrets.ai and go log in. If you were one of the 71, what's the math on that?
19, yeah, 71.
Well, the 71% of people who didn't take my word for it, didn't upgrade to VIP, now is the time to actually do that. And you can go back and watch the replay from yesterday if you want to, but all you do is go to aisecretschallenge.com/VIP, upgrade, and that'll unlock the software for you to use tonight. Ooh, okay. Now, I told you guys earlier, it was something
81%.
81%. Oh, math, yeah. I'm so used to AI doing math, I forgot how to do math.
You know, Russell, when we were growing up, they told us that we would never have a calculator in our pocket. Like, so we had
They lied to us.
Now we have all the world's knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so again, get your Marketing Secrets AI trial right now if you haven't. And then again, step number one, go to Marketing Secrets AI, get your free trial. And then step number two, get access to VIP, and all that stuff will be in there as well. Okay. And then again, I told you guys earlier, this is the other gift I want to give to you guys. Okay. This is your gift for hanging out with us. As you're building out your attractive character voice, the cool thing is it starts to learn about you. It learns your stories, learns your framework, learns what you teach, learns all your stuff. So it's like getting really, really smart. I was like, this is really powerful as a tool for me to use to be able to write better emails, do better VSLs, like be able to like all the things I wanted to do. But I was like, I've seen other people who sell these apps like $6,000 a year to be able to come ask me any question you want. I'm like, well, I've already uploaded everything I know to my attractive character profile. I was like, hey, can we add a feature where we can set up basically a chat bot where someone can ask it a question. It'll ping my entire database, everything uploaded, and then it'll answer the question for people. And luckily for Todd and Winter and everyone on our team who built, they're like, yeah, that's really easy to do. So they plugged it in for you guys, which is so cool. So what that means is as you're building your attractive character profile, there's a little button right here that says, I can't read it from here. It says coaching bot. Yeah, you click on coaching bot, okay? And then you can go and you can actually add a very specific coaching voice, like this is the way I coach if you want, or it'll learn that over time. It'll update your style sheet based on that. But you go in there and you can activate it. And what it'll do is it'll go create this little widget. And it gives you a link where you can embed it on a website. You can embed it inside a membership site. You can give people a direct link to it. But you have this, right? And then you can go and you can say, hey, email your list or go post on social media. Hey, you have a question for me? I just built out my attractive character coach. If you have a question for me, come check it out. And they come here and I think on the next page, yeah, the very first step, it'll ask for their email address the first time they communicate with you. So they put in the email address and guess what happens? You just got a lead, okay? Now this becomes the greatest lead magnet of all time for you. People are coming in, they're opting in, they become a lead, and now you have access to it, right? And then from there, it takes the next page. They can start asking questions, and you can go back and forth. You can ask questions, okay? And so again, it's very simple and easy to set up. After you've added a bunch of your context into the attractive character, setting up this coaching bot is so simple and so. Are you for real right now? Yes, George, I am for real right now. This is yeah. Everyone's freaking out. I know people sell these chat bots for like $4,000 or $5,000. Yeah, you get it for free because we love you. Just there you go. You guys cool if we over deliver? Yeah. Okay, that's in there because I'm like we already have all. When you're building our attractive care profile, all your best stuff's in there. We should just make this a thing. So yeah, we're not going to charge you $5,000 that everyone else is charging for it. We'll just give it to you guys because we love you and want you to be successful. So again, if you're already VIP, you can log into Marketing Secrets AI and start playing with this. If you're not yet, go to AISecretsChallenge.com/VIP to upgrade to VIP, and then you'll have access to that and play with it again this weekend. And again, other people are selling these for $1,000 to $6,000 a year. You guys have access to it inside the software, and that we have something you can give away or you can sell and stuff like that. Okay. Now some of you guys are like, Russell, how am I going to remember how to do all this? This is so confusing. Don't worry. I try to make it simple. Okay. The goal of the sprint is to open up your minds what's possible. But when you log in the software, there's always a sprint button. Okay. Click sprint button. And we always have a sprint to show you exactly how to do the thing we taught you. So click on that. It pops up right here. Attractive character. You click on that and it'll walk you through exactly how to go and set up your attractive character. Plus I threw in there some bonus training. I did a really cool training a little while ago for my inner circle members. Only people who paid $50,000 had access to this. I thought if I want you guys to be really good attractive characters, you probably need access to this. And so in here, this will show you how to set up your attractive character, and you're getting access to some inner circle training on how to develop your attractive character as well. So that'll be in there for free inside the sprint as well. So you click on sprint, watch that. It'll walk you step by step, and then you just follow the instructions. And tonight you can go and do that. It'll help you to, again, figure out your voice, but also help you actually set up the bot. Okay. Whew. How you guys feeling right now? We've been going for a little bit, 95 minutes so far. You guys feeling good so far? If you're feeling good, type amazing in the comments. Type fired up in the comments. Type 7-figure shortcut, whatever you want to type in the comments. All right. Cool. This has been a fun day so far. Someone said overwhelming. Don't worry. I know it's going to be a little overwhelming. That's why we go step by step. You have a chance to get the replays. When this is done, our team will pop this out and you get the replays to go back and watch tonight. And if you're VIP, you'll have access to replays long term. Okay, let's throw slides back up really quick. So this is what we kind of covered today is how to get your attractive character voice, okay? Now, on walkthrough, what's going to be happening over the next 5 days, so you guys understand step by step what we're doing, okay? Again, today was all about helping us understand the 7-figure shortcut, okay? That was really understanding those 3 things, okay? Swipe files, attractive character voice, and then your creative director. Like those are the 3 things, okay? Day number 2, tomorrow, we're going to reveal to what I call the $1 billion breakthrough, okay? A lot of you guys know right now there's a lot of fear in the market for those who are creating courses and things like that, right? Because AI is kind of messing up that thing, okay? There's also fear for people creating software because I can create software and then someone can just clone it really quickly, and so like there's fear there. Tomorrow we're going to show you guys what I think, this is literally the $1 billion breakthrough. It's the thing that made ClickFunnels grow the way it did, and I've never talked about this publicly. This will be the first time we ever talked about this. So tomorrow we'll talk about the $1 billion breakthrough. Do not miss it. It is going to be the key for you guys building something that's going to last. If you're just using this to create a course, you're going to lose. If you're just using this to create software, you're going to lose. When you understand the $1 billion breakthrough, this is the secret. This is what's going to give you value over the next 10 years in this marketplace. And those who understand it will be on a different level than everyone who doesn't understand it, okay? So do not miss tomorrow. The $1 billion breakthrough, first time we ever talked about this, okay? Day number 3 now, I'm going to be building out with you guys your one-person marketing machine, okay? To be able to do all the marketing inside your business. Day number 4, Todd's coming back and he's going to be talking about the one-person software machine. We're going to show you guys how to actually build software. In fact, by the time day 4 is done, you will have software built. I know right now you're like, that's not possible. I'm not a developer. You will have software built by the end of day number 4. And day number 5, we're going to teach you guys how to use these new AI skills you're learning to do some side hustles, make money on the side. So if you just want a way to make some quick cash, that's what day number 5 is about. How many of you guys want quick cash with AI? If it's so, type in AI quick cash in the chat, and we'll know the day number 5 is going to be for you. Yeah, AI quick cash. Let's go. We'll show you some really cool, quick ways to make money with AI on day number 5, okay? So again, today we really covered this. Tomorrow we're going to cover how to use these other 2 pieces inside of Marketing Secrets of AI, because I got good news for you. Number 1, remember all the swipe file stuff I talked about? I have spent a countless number of hours taking all the best swipe files I have and actually building them into Marketing Secrets of AI. So all of the work that I had to do and that most people normally have to do, I did it all for you. And I'll show you that tomorrow, which is cool. And then also we built out a creative director inside of Marketing Secrets that will ask you the right questions to pull out your frameworks and your story. So that's already done. Tomorrow we're going to give you that. So don't stress. All you got to stress about today is like getting your voice into here, because that's something I cannot do on my own. The other 2 things I did for you. But this one you have to do. You got to go upload whatever you've created so it can capture your voice. Everything else I took care of for you. We'll show you tomorrow. And again, tomorrow I'll show you the $1 billion breakthrough. I'm going to give you a hint what the $1 billion breakthrough is. Okay. You guys want a hint? If so, type hint. Give me a hint, Russell. Give me a hint. Okay. This is the hint. Okay. If you're selling courses or info products or coaching right now, I got bad news for you. That business model is dead. So like, wait, what? I just heard about coaching. Wait, I just heard about courses. Wait. That model's dead. Okay. That's number one. Okay. That's the bad news. Okay. So then it's like, well, what do I do, Russell? How to make money? How to provide value in the world? Okay. Is it software? Okay. Well, yeah, maybe it's software. Except for the fact that unfortunately software is also dead. Okay. Think about this, you guys. You can go create a software program. You put it up online and someone can see it. And the skill set you're going to learn day 4 is they can literally go and they can just type it in and it'll build the exact same thing for them. Okay. So software's dead. So that's scary, right? So it's like, well, Russell, if courses are dead and software's dead, where is the value in the marketplace? Like if these things are no longer valuable, what is it that's going to get us to last beyond this? And that's what tomorrow's going to be about. Oh, there's the tease. Yeah. Okay. And I'll give you a hint. I'm not going to give you a hint. The hints show up tomorrow. I'm going to show you exactly what it is because when you understand this, you guys, it will shift everything for you. Okay. Those who understand this will be in business in the next year. Those who don't will not be in business the next year. 100% promise you that. Okay. So do not miss tomorrow. It is going to blow your mind. Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do right now. I want to make sure you guys all have access. Okay. So all our VIPs go log in to Marketing Secrets to AI. Make sure you're in there. If you're not yet, you got 3 minutes to go log in and make sure you have access to it. Anyone who hasn't upgraded VIP, we're giving you 3 minutes to go upgrade to VIP. AIsecrets.com, AIsecretschallenge.com/VIP. Go upgrade. You got 3 minutes to sign up before we do our next thing. So Todd, while they're signing up, anything you want to tell these guys like about the AI front, just like they understand like how exciting this actually is?
Oh yeah, everything that's coming is like insane. So if you can't get in, like use a magic link. Like first off, like they're like, oh, how can't get in? Go type your email and send magic link. If for some reason your order didn't go to the same email you thought it was going to, or something, like contact support, like they'll be able to help with that. But yeah, on the frontier of stuff is just changing so fast, and that's what we were trying to do here. Is we wanted to meet people with tools, training, education that grows with them, because things are changing like at breakneck speed. Literally, like I said this morning, I was presenting the other day, and I'm like, yeah, in the next day or two, a new model is going to drop for this thing, and it's going to change all this other stuff. And then like they're like, it just dropped 10 minutes ago. Like, how did you know? Like, I'm like, yeah, things are changing extremely fast. We had new image models drop yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever, a few days ago. So like things are just going crazy fast right now. And the software that we're building, we're basically building it for ourselves, like you said, to be able to use it internally, but to basically include everything that's changing, right? Like I'm out here using whatever the cutting edge tools are, whatever the risky tools are. Some people have mentioned like, oh, don't get hacked. Like, yeah, there's some real risk if you use some of these tools of actually exposing yourself if you don't know what you're doing, or you expose things the wrong way, right? So like we're out here on the frontier, finding what's working, finding the strategies that's working, using those things, and then bringing them back in, because I think that's the only way to keep up right now. Yeah. Frankly, there's enough spam, as you called it, propaganda, all over YouTube, all over Instagram, all over TikTok. Some of it's good, but most of it is just nonsense hype where it's like, this changes everything. And it's like every single video changes everything. Like, it's like, oh, okay, well, so just everything change 24/7. It's like, that's not a maintainable worldview model in my world. Yeah. Like the way I think about it is I find experts that I trust in different categories, whether it's health, wellness, personal development, spirituality, and I go deep with those people and I delegate that area of decision-making and expertise to them. And that's what we're trying to do for you guys with AI, with what we're doing. Like a lot of you guys have followed us for a long time with business and sales and marketing and funnels. And like, that's also what we're doing here. And as you can tell, I'm super excited about it. I know you mentioned this morning, like I've like for years been doing AI stuff before like anyone was talking about it. And they're like, yeah, like what's cool. AI? Like you mean like Skynet? It's like ChatGPT wasn't a thing. These models, like, but we were using early models for that kind of stuff. Like we saw this coming, we saw the arc. And that's why when I had the opportunity, like to really pivot my own attention and just like since summer 2025, I've been doing nothing but using AI for development, coding, building products, like doing the cutting edge stuff. And he goes from like, yeah, it didn't work too well, there's some issues, to like figuring out, and as a lot of people now know, as of like December, like everything's going to change. The models are all better. Everything's like just light years ahead of where it was, and the capabilities and the long-term horizon for AI, like all the assumptions that, I'd almost like doomsdayers have had for a long time on AI stuff, yeah, that's happening. Like it's growing with breakneck speed.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I think definitely like what we try to create for you guys is different than what everyone else is doing. Because at first I was like, Todd, let's build a better Claude. And he's like, then Claude will beat us and these guys billions of dollars. It's like, okay, what if we look at this differently? What if it's like we create a platform where the brain is all stored and gets smarter and smarter. And then there's chief of staff that leverages whatever's best at the time. So we're not trying to compete in anything. Instead, we're integrating with everything so that we make sure that whatever we're using internally is our, like, again, we have a team. We still have hundreds of employees work for us, right? We wanted something for our entire team to be able to use as well. And also, like right now, we have people who are doing parts of my business where it's like they want to, like they're writing an email for me, or they're doing something for me. And it's like they're doing it, and they send it to me like, oh, it's horrible. I'm like, I want to give them access to my attractive character. Like, hey, you're on my team. Plug it here. Like, you use my attractive character voice if you're writing something from me, or if you're scripting a webinar. That way, I don't have to rewrite everything for you. And like, so like we're building stuff for us, and then giving you guys access to it because it's the thing that's keeping us on the forefront of everything that's happening. And so that's what we're trying to do. And so it's amazing. So I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys are as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. Last thing, again, hopefully you guys all got signed up. Your homework tonight. This is the biggest thing to do. Just one thing tonight. Again, is log in, click on the sprint button, and then click on the attractive character sprint. Okay. If you just do the attractive character sprint, that's the number one thing I want you to have done by tomorrow. So you don't touch the brain right now, touch anything else. Like just do the attractive character sprint. Okay. Again, it'll take you, like if you follow the videos, it's like 15 minutes for you to do it. If you watch the training, maybe an hour 15 if you want to go for the bonus training. But again, it'll take you 10, 15 minutes to go set up. That's the number one thing to do, the attractive character sprint. So what's the number one thing to do? Type in the comments, attractive character sprint. Type in everybody. I want to see everybody know exactly what to do. ACS. You guys all abbreviate things. Maybe it's they're using Whisper
Flow.
Yeah, that's the number one thing. If you guys do that tonight, watch it, go in and implement it. What happens is you start putting all those things in there, right? You can build out your attractive character coaching bot, which would be really, really cool. And if you don't have anything, at least click on that and go tell a story. And the cool thing is no one's going to listen to that story. It's just for you, but you start playing with that attractive character thing. So that's number one thing, attractive character sprint. Go and do it. And like, if you just do that, then you'll be prepared for tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow, again, VIP session starts an hour earlier. So now that more and more of you guys are VIPs, make sure you show up 1 hour earlier than we did today, which I can't remember. Let's see, we started at 11 Mountain Time, which is 1 Eastern, noon Central, 11 Mountain, or 10 Pacific. Anyway, so that's VIPs, and then general happens right afterwards. But come to the VIP session. It's going to be amazing. We'll keep going deeper on these kind of things. The VIP sessions are going a little bit deeper. So if you want to go a little deeper and geek out with us, come to VIP sessions. And again, now that you upgraded VIP, you'll have access to that as well. Okay. Okay, we've been going for about an hour and 45 minutes. That's the core training part, but I know that you guys have got so many questions coming through here. We're going to try to answer as many as we can. I've had our team on the back end, as you guys are asking questions, trying to pull in as many as we can as quick as possible. One of my friends, McCall Jones, if you guys know McCall Jones, if you guys know McCall, type McCall in the comments. I had her go and curate all the questions you guys are asking over the last hour and a half. Outside of like, I can't get logged in. If you can't log in, go to what is it? support@marketingsecrets.com.
Yep.
Email that, and they can help you come in. But all the other questions that you guys are having that I think are holding some of you guys back, McCall's been curating them all, putting them together. If you guys don't know McCall, she's one of my favorite speakers of all time. She's been just a super good friend. She spoke at FHL 4 or 5 times on charisma hacking, finding your talent, finding your voice. She's amazing at so many things. And we happen to have her in the office this whole week. And so she's going to help to answer all your guys' questions. With that said, let's put our hands together for McCall Jones. Come on down.
Hello.
McCall, how are you feeling?
Wow, my mind is blown. This has been crazy.
You've been watching all the comments in the back too flying. How's everyone? I've been trying to watch them. They're going so fast. How are people feeling back at home?
It feels like you guys are feeling really great. We're going to answer a bunch of questions. I'm going to ask you guys questions, and we're going to cover a lot of different things. What I'm working on, if you guys can keep putting questions in the chat, really helpful for me and for the whole team. We are going to grab all of your questions and make sure that we can answer them over the next 5 days. They're very, very helpful. So what we're going to do today is we're going to jump around a little bit. I'm going to ask you guys some questions because we have a lot of different levels here. Some of them are going to be beginner questions that people are asking. Some of them are a little bit more advanced. I'm guessing, Todd, you're going to be answering some of the...
hey, I know some advanced questions.
I don't know what that means. So okay, wait to do that with Todd. Some of the questions are around the actual framework that you taught. So we're just going to kind of jump around. Cool. And then if you guys still have questions, please put them in the chat. Yeah, put them in the chat because the whole team is going to comb them and we're going to make sure that we can answer those through the week. So, okay, let's go through these. So the very first question is there's a lot of beginners here who are a little bit nervous that they don't have something to start with. So some of them think like, I don't have anything to upload at all. Or some of them have said like, I don't have a business. I don't have something to sell yet. What should I start with? What if I'm starting from nothing? I'm reading some of these chat things that I've screenshotted. What if you don't have any books or podcasts or VSLs to start from, or do I just start from fresh? I only have a few stories written down. Is it going to ask me for more? How do I find these stories? Yeah.
I'll give one answer that we didn't show you everything since Inside Marketing Secrets yet. One thing to know is I thought it would be really fun to go and upload every course I've ever done in the last decade to the platform. So you can go and like, I want to learn how to, and you can go click around and you'll see all my courses and presentations, like basically everything I've ever said in the last decade's in there. But what's cool is we got chief of staff trained on my stuff. So you can literally go to chief of staff and be like, hey, chief of staff, I don't know where to begin. What should I do? And it'll be like, and it goes through everything I've ever said for the last decade. And it finds the actual videos and timestamps of where I addressed that. And it pops up, here's Russell talked about this 3 places. And you click on it, it takes you exactly to the course, to the video to go and watch it. Or if you're like, hey, I can't figure out how to build a list. What should I do? It's like, here's 22 places Russell talked about building a list. And you click on it, it takes you directly to that video. Or if you're like, hey, I don't know how to how to find my voice. What should I do? It's like, oh, here's 12 places Russell talked about how to find your voice. You click on it, takes you directly to that course, and it answers it. So like, these questions are all great, and you're going to find really quickly that you need me less and less. You need Todd less and less. You need Google less and less. You just need your chief of staff, because chief of staff's been trained on every single thing that I've ever said about marketing or business or traffic or everything, and it's got it. And so you ask it there, it'll go find it in the course, pull it back for you, and hand it to you on a silver platter. So I would first off go ask chief of staff that question, and then or any of the questions, and let it go and like answer it. Like, it's insane. So that's number one. Number two, I think the biggest thing also is going to the tracked character and like just telling a story. Like, just have some fun with that. Like, click the button, download Whisperflow if you can, or you can type it out and just start talking to it and just start putting it in there. And just if you're just beginning, just tell one story. Like, what's one story? And the cool thing is that it'll prompt you. It'll be like, hey, tell me the backstory about this thing. Okay, tell me the aha you had. And it'll ask you questions. It's like hiring a creative director, right? A creative director who knows the right questions to ask. It'll ask you the questions in the right order to pull your story out of you. Okay. We used to have a service back in the day where you could it wasn't our service, but we'd hire these people where they would usually, you pay them like $1,000 and they'd jump on a Zoom call with you and they would extract your story from you for $1,000. And so that's what this does. It literally, software logs in there. It'll ask the questions, it'll extract your story from you. So you can do a story every single day and just start pulling those things out. And over 30 days, you got 30 full stories that are now inside your database. Or you can do 5 tonight, or you can do whatever you want. So I say those are some of the beginning things that I would do if I was just getting started and like nervous but not having anything to do.
Yeah, there's something somebody wrote. Question: if I wrote something that's unrelated to my current product, do I still put it in to get my voice, or does it need to be related? I know we talked about this yesterday of like, you were kind of answering this question just in an internal meeting where we said like, okay, what else should we upload? And it was like Zoom calls that you've had like with your family, right? If it's trying to learn your voice, it's trying to learn the way that you speak naturally, right? With your friends and in your journal and things like that. So I know you've uploaded a ton of stuff that wasn't even business related. And do you feel like that helped it create your attractive character?
So a couple of it helps because it's hearing the way you speak, and so that if it models your cadence when it's writing things, which is really big. But number 2 is it will try to extract stories from that. But you look at the story database, you see all the stories extracted. You're like, those ones are not really relevant because I'm telling my mom about the weird thing that Nora did last night, right? So you can go and you can delete the stories that you don't really want to have long term in your story database really fast. And so it's kind of get the best of both worlds. It's to pull every story, like these ones don't make sense. But you can look at that every single time and just like make sure your story database has the right stories, and you just can curate that and get it better and better over time, and more things get added to it.
Awesome. This one follow-up question. Somebody wrote, but how do I do many audio things? Meaning, how are they writing scripts for things like videos? Isn't my voice for writing different? So do I need a bunch of verbal audio, or do I need to actual write stuff? Is something going to be different for my scripting versus my written voice?
Cool. Yeah. Basically, with your attractive character, you can set up different voices. So I have a book writing voice, an email writing voice, I have Russell on stage voice, kind of like this, where I'm really loud, and so you can set as many different voices as you want. And so if you have nothing right now, I'd start with like just your voice, and then start telling stories through that. But if you've written something before, make a writing voice. Go grab all your marketing emails you've sent in the past to your list or to your customers, and grab those and upload them in there. That's all I did. We literally, I have a folder on Google Drive that has, because every email I've written to my list, I have them all in there, and then I'd write them, and my team would go into Google Docs, grab it, copy and paste, and send it out. So I had, 10 years of emails, and so I just downloaded them all, uploaded them all, and now it's and then it'll build a style sheet. So Russell Brunson, when he writes his emails, he always says, P.S. You're just one funnel away. Sometimes he says Russell, and then he has a funny thing the AI genius Brunson. Sometimes it doesn't. And he always uses short sentences. There's always one sentence per line. He uses ... Everything and all my emails, if it analyzes it, pull out the pattern. And then now when I use the email stuff, and we'll show you guys that tomorrow, when I use the email stuff, it knows exactly how to write emails like me, right? And so it's just kind of over to finding stuff you have to keep adding stuff. And this doesn't have to be all done tonight. This is a never ending thing. You can also set it up where it connects. Let's say you have a podcast. You can connect your podcast feeds. Every time you have a podcast, it'll pull it in there and keep learning. You can connect your YouTube channel. Every time you drop a YouTube video, it'll automatically grab it and pull it in there. So it's always learning, updates the style sheet in real time, pulls out new stories all in real time. So all this stuff's happening behind the scenes as you're doing it. So don't think of this as a one and done. This is something that you continue always adding to it. Every time you do a Zoom call, throw it in there. Every time you do whatever, you just keep adding to it, and it gets smarter and smarter and better over time.
Yay. Okay. Next. This is more of a technical question, but a lot of people are wondering, do I need to keep my ChatGPT/Claude subscriptions? They said, if I do all of these as paid, Claude, ChatGPT, can I drop to the free version of all of them and then put all of the information from my accounts into Marketing Secrets AI? What am I supposed to do with my current AI subscription?
Yeah, I guess technically it depends, right? What are you doing? Obviously, Marketing Secrets AI isn't coding for you. So, if you're using Claude Code, maybe you're keeping that subscription. Maybe you don't need that. But it depends on what you're doing in your business. But I would just recommend starting and talking to it and working with it. As Russell said, you've got a couple weeks on a trial. You can play with it without paying anything whatsoever. We're paying for your tokens, right? Go play with it. See what you think. What things were you doing before manually with ChatGPT or Claude or something that you can't do in it, if there is anything. But we have routines, we have scheduled tasks, we built in a lot of the things that a system like Manus does already into the platform. So there's a lot of things that we haven't touched on any of these things yet, honestly, but there's tons of stuff you can do with it that you're going to discover. So I'd recommend just starting to play with it. Go see what you think. Yeah.
And I think we're going to get more into technical stuff on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Very Todd nerdy stuff on Thursday. I'm so excited.
I would say also on my side, I was paying for ChatGPT, Perplexity, Manus, and Claude. Those are the 4 core ones I use. I downgraded my ChatGPT, I downgraded my Manus, I downgraded my Perplexity. So those 3 got downgraded, but I kept my Claude, because Claude I'm using for Claude Cowork and Claude Code, which is not part of, doesn't currently integrate into Marketing Secrets. So that's how I got in it. So I've got Claude on side, Marketing Secrets, everything else. That's kind of my 1-2 punch right now.
Yay. Okay. The next set of questions I want to dive to, it's swipe files is kind of the category. So I'm going to read a bunch of questions that were kind of the same thing to make sure that I get this right. So with swipe files, the first question that people had is, how do you know how much they are making? So as you were going through and you're you got to collect things from all these different people. People in the chat were but how do I know which ones are poop? How do I know which ones are good?
I funnel hacked a bunch of poop and my webinars aren't working. So a couple of things is, number one is, the real answer is I did the work for you guys. So I've built all this stuff and turned them into skills that are weaved into Marketing Secrets. So if you're a member, I did the work for you. If you're not a member, it takes time. For us, it's nice because every single time someone would submit for 2 Column Club Award, I look at their things, I look at their funnels, what are working, what's not working. And so I just have, 20, how many years have we been in this game now? 20,
at least
5 years.
Yeah.
Todd and I have been playing this game for a long time. And so I've been collecting swipe files. In fact, if you look at ClickFunnels, the whole funnel hacking movement was based on me teaching people how I do swipe files. I have filing cabinets full of swipe files. So I'm always just looking at what are the good campaigns. So if I see a challenge or a launch that's doing good, like I go and I get the recordings, every single thing, and I transcribe them and I put them in a folder. It's like, here's all the best challenges. Here's all the best webinars. Here's like, and I'm always watching. If someone's doing a webinar, I register, but I try to find, how do I become an affiliate for this webinar? Because I want to see like the stats, the numbers. Because if I join as an affiliate, usually the affiliate manager like, oh, this webinar's crushing. We did $2 million last month. I'm like, $2 million webinar. This is a good one to model, you know? So for me, it's just kind of like looking at those kind of things, what's running actively. If somebody's buying a lot of ads to something, like again, we're spending $1 million a month to the VSL that I showed earlier. If someone's spending $1 million a month on ads, it's probably working, right? Agora, you know that the numbers of their company, if something's actively running, they're spending a lot of money on ads. And so I'm looking like, what are people paying ads to promote? And those become good swipe files because I know that they wouldn't keep paying money consistently in ads if it wasn't working. So it's just kind of like getting to know those kind of things. But again, like I said, we're going to show this tomorrow. But the next step in this, which is creating, from the swipe file, I'm going to show you tomorrow how I've done that. Like I'll spend, to build the swipe file just for the daily Seinfeld emails, which is a tool you guys already have. I'll show you guys tomorrow. Like I spent probably 8 hours building out the swipe file to train marketing secrets on how to actually do the thing. And so it's all pre-built for you. Like I did the work for you. And I'm doing that on each of these things as we keep unrolling them inside the software. So we're going like department by department here on our big org chart. Because this whole thing's not done right now, but that's what we're doing is like we're replacing thing by thing, building out the systems. And so we'll kind of show you that tomorrow. But yeah, that's kind of the swipe file game. So
follow-up question, is our version uploaded with your frameworks and your swipe files? You kind of just answered that, but
yeah, you'll notice that when you start using it, it's going to pull your voice, which you're adding tonight, right? It's going to pull my swipe files, and then it's going to have this creative director ask you a bunch of questions, and then it plugs it all in, and boom, out comes magic.
Love it. Okay, next. Okay. What are tokens? Somebody typed in the chat. How do credits work?
So credits and tokens are two different things. I saw somebody else like asking about that. So tokens are like a terminology that's kind of industry standard and it's really confusing. And it's basically like 4 characters, but in some cases it's actually 5 characters. And like, it's like a weird calculation, right? But for us, we just have a basic credit number. So like you've got, I think it's 1,000 credits is like $10, right? So like there's a dollar value on credits and each task you do, it tells you how many credits you've spent on that task and that idea. So you get X number of credits every single month that come in and are included in the subscription. So if you go over it, as Russell said, it's simply overage charges. Claude, Code, the $200 plans, those kind of things do that same type thing. You get X number of tokens behind the scenes, which they don't tell you what that is either. But it basically, you get that. And then when you hit the limit on that, you just start paying overages or you pause and wait till next month or next window. So we just kind of are doing industry standard pricing on that, like similar to what Amanus does.
Yeah, just so you guys know, like those credit charges, like we have to pay those. Like, so like, again, we told you, you asked Chief of Staff a question, it hits Perplexity. Perplexity charges us the credits. And so like, again, we give you X amount of credits each month by default in your plan. And there's, as you'll find out later, there's $97 a month plan, there's $297 a month plan, but that gives you X amount of credits. And when you go over, it's because Perplexity or Manus or Claude, whoever's charging us, and then we just have to charge you for the overages. So that makes sense. So.
Yep, exactly. I mean, like instead of paying Perplexity $100 a month for the, maybe 10 times a month or 30 times a month, if you use it once a day, you use it, you just pay the one-off 30-cent fee when we actually hit it for you and do it. And then you don't have to.
Ends up being way cheaper for you guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For most people, unless you're really, really hammering AI, it's going to be drastically cheaper to pay just the one-off token usage for these individual things and to manage 4 subscriptions plus.
Okay, next. What if we have more than one business? Can we train the chief of staff to do more than one thing?
Good question. There's a couple ways to look at it. Inside your account, you can create multiple attractive characters. And so inside of like the Russell Brunson business, we've got a couple of different attractive characters set up. But also I own Dan Kennedy's company. And so I could have put Dan Kennedy as like a Dan Kennedy attractive character and be in there. So that's one way you could definitely do it. We decided to set up a different workspace for Dan Kennedy specifically, just because there's different people who are going to be logging in, the team license seats like that, they're different. So you can do it either way.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to come back to some technical questions. Okay, how are you, and this might be a question for both of you, but how are you using Marketing Secrets AI in your own company? And the more that I saw this question, I love the story, Russell. I was wondering if you can tell us kind of the Agora story of like why you started being obsessed with AI and what prompted you to kind of create this system. How'd you figure this out?
Yeah, well, I was kind of fighting AI for a while. I was just like, like nobody can outright me. I'm the greatest, copywriter, greatest webinar dude of all time. And then last year I had a chance to take my Atlas group. So I have different levels of master. My Atlas group, they pay $250,000 a year to be there. We took the entire group out to Baltimore, Maryland, because that's where Agora is. And again, Agora, I mentioned earlier, they're the company, they do $1.5 billion a year, selling a $49 financial newsletter through a VSL. So I'm like, I got to learn what these guys are doing. So we took everyone there. We had a chance to meet with their team, and it was amazing. But what was interesting is if you look at the way their team's structured, they've got 3 different brands. Each brand has like 5 or 6 gurus underneath it, and each guru has like 3 or 4 full-time copywriters. And so their staff is huge, the best writers in the world, and they're cranking out these VSLs like crazy. And I was like so inspired seeing the whole thing. And then on the flight home, I was depressed because I'm like, how do I keep up with them? How do you compete with them? It's not even possible. And that's when I put on this like the Russell Brunson marketing hat. I was like, wait a minute. If I go and I find all their videos and I use AI to analyze everything, swipe files, right? Just step 1. So I did that and came back and pulled out this thing. I was like, that's amazing. And then I was like, okay, I already know my voice. So I uploaded my voice. I had that. And then I was like, what do I want to sell? I did the whole thing and I put it together, and again, we launched this thing. And in the past, if I would have spent all my time, it would have taken me 6 weeks to write the video sales letter. And then to produce it, it would have been a project I couldn't even do. And we did the whole thing. It took me 4 hours to plug in all the VSL, all the swipe files, all my voice, and then 1 hour to write it. And when it was done, I was like, this is better than anything I've ever written before. So we created it and we launched it. So that was like my first test. And then I was like, okay, so then I started training our internal team. Like, hey guys, here's how we do it. So our team started doing it. And then I started training my inner circle, and like everyone's kind of getting conceptually how to do it, but they're plugging together Perplexity for research, they're plugging in Manage for transcripts, they're plugging in, and so they're doing the same thing I'm doing. And then that's when Todd and I were kind of talking. I was like, I wish there was a way we could plug these things together. And that's where this whole idea came from. Is like, we're teaching everyone how to do marketing anyway. What if we took all these best concepts, built them into one thing where now it's like all these frameworks we're teaching and it becomes software. And so, so that's kind of the thought process. We built out everything based on what I've been doing manually into a certain spot. And it's been fun because it's just gotten a spot over the last month or so where I can actually use it for my own stuff. It's like now I'm using it to generate emails. I'm like, these emails are so good. I'm using it to write things like to write VSLs. We're putting out, I don't know, I'd say conservatively probably 3 or 4 full-length VSLs a month right now across the Dan Kennedy brand, the Russell Brunson brand, the Secret Success brand, ClickFunnels brand. So like we're putting these things out, and it's all happening through the back end of the software. So it's insane. Like I'm a product of the product. I was telling Todd, this is the first time since ClickFunnels that I have something that we create that I log into every single day.
That's amazing.
I log in ClickFunnels every single day for a decade. Same thing with this. I'm logging every single day because it's doing all the things for me. And so that's what I'm so excited about, because it's a tool that I'm actually using. It's not like, people that create software so they can sell it versus like we create this for me and for our team so that everyone can be using it together. And now we're like giving you guys access to it as well. So that's why I'm so excited. That's why it'll keep innovating and developing and growing with us, because we're literally going on the org chart, department to department, skill by skill, step by step, building it into it. So eventually, like it'll run the entire marketing team. And then on Thursday, you'll find out maybe how to run an entire dev team, but we'll talk about that later.
Ooh, okay. So both for advanced and beginning people, and the answer could be the same. When it comes to like their marketing department, a lot of people saw this chart and everybody wanted a picture of it, by the way. They're like, I didn't even know which roles I needed in my company. But for beginning people, for advanced people, and like I said, the answer might be the same. Which roles of the marketing side of this should they focus on trying to replace or build first, do you think?
Yeah, I would say, it's a good question. I think what I would do if I was you guys is just follow along with us. Okay. You notice in the software right now, we're going skill by skill and doing it internally for ourselves as well. Right. So I'm spending the time, the energy, and the money to take our systems that are manual right now and archaic that ran our social media or ads team or whatever, and then build it, like reverse engineering, building them into software, us testing and using it, and then we release them to everyone else. And so we log into the software, look at the sprints, because basically the goal is at least once a month, and probably sometimes 2 or 3 times a month, we're rolling out new sprints. And the sprint is basically teaching us one of these positions, the structure, the strategy, how it works, and then it unlocks software on the back end that'll then make that thing actually happen. And so I would log in, look at the sprints that are currently happening, go through all those different sprints. There's already, I think, 3 of them that are active in there right now. And then each time we do a sprint, we'll tell you, go do that, apply it. And now you've replaced that role with the frameworks and the software to actually run it long term and just keep following along with us.
Well, it sounds like one of the things that you did first too was copy.
Yeah.
Right? Is it because it took the most time? Is it because you felt like your specific AI process that you built was like just spectacular at copy? Like, why'd you decide that?
A couple things. And this is also true on the development side. Like the most expensive people on our team were our developers and our copywriters. And so after we did the Agora VSL and I cranked it out, I was just like, this is insane. Like I created the VSL in an hour. And I hate saying this, but like I love my team. Like the copywriters, we have some of my favorite human beings on this planet. Like I will be forever friends with them. But what happened is like it got to the spot where email campaigns, like when we did the One Comic Club challenge, there was a 98 email campaign and 57 text messages that had to go and be created for that campaign. And I was like, I could have like went and told my team what to do, but my AA had all the context, had my voice, had a context. I had the swipe file of exactly what I needed to do. And so I was like, I'm paying this person, like one of our top copywriters was like $250,000 a year for them to write copy. And so I the same swipe file, voice, creative director, I took that, uploaded it, I submitted it all, answered a bunch of questions. I was probably 30 minutes into it. I clicked a button, went to lunch, came back, all 98 emails were written on the text message and they were flawless. I was going through, I'm like, I don't even have anything to edit on these. And so like, I had to go back to the email guy and like, I love you. I don't have a spot for you anymore because it took me 30 minutes and that would have taken 6 weeks for you to do, you know? And then I went back to our full-time copywriters. And I was like, it took me an hour as VSL. If I pay you, it takes 6 weeks to do it. I can do this in an hour 3 times a month. And so like, for me, it was like looking at like our biggest, the biggest cost. And so like our email, we were able to replace with me spending, 30 minutes a week on AI. The VSLs, again, an hour a week per VSL, so like we just were able to like, I think when all of a sudden it was like $650,000 a year, we were able to replace with me spending 60, 90 minutes a week running the apps to do it. And so I think that's a big part. So if you have these teams, like we can start replacing it, or you can keep your copywriter and just train the copywriter. Like your job is to run this every single day. For us, it was like, it was so simple. I was like, I'm just going to do it, And so, and then the other side is like, what's nice is if you're just building a company the first time, you don't have to actually go and like hire an email copywriter or someone to write your webinars, your VSLs, like just run it through the system. Now you don't have to worry about ever incurring those costs. They're all taken care of and they're already done. So,
I love that.
Yeah, the way I like to think about it too is like, it's the same thing on the development side, right? Like there is no longer a role for a cog that is just a cog in the wheel. Like this is like going forward from 2026 out, in my opinion, with the AI revolution that's happening, cogs and wheels will be replaced. There are only room for systems managers. They have to be able to step up a level from doing input for a task, do task, output for task. They have to move up to providing more value. Like you as an employee, as a business owner, as everyone has to move up the value chain. Otherwise, you will be replaced eventually by someone or something. And if your business resists that, your business will be replaced like by someone else who is doing it. Like, so it's simply just a change in mindset. Some people can adapt to that. Some people are not adapting to that, but it's about being proactive. We talked about it this morning in the VIP session a good bit, but it's about being proactive as a contributor in your organization, in your business, and actually learning those skills proactively, being aggressive, taking risks, trying things. I see people like, what's happening with my data? Like, I'm worried about this and I'm worried about this. And I'm like, you have to do it or you will be out of business. So you can worry about it and be like, well, I haven't used ChatGPT yet because I didn't want to share my proprietary book algorithm. And it's like, you know what? ChatGPT can do that for you. Like chances are it's not, your genius ideas aren't the genius ideas. We talked about this a long time in the past. Over the course of years, we've talked about how you can have a level 10 idea, but unless you've got level 10 execution on that idea, your idea doesn't actually matter. It's about a combination of execution and idea. And that's where AI can come up with ideas, and it needs your vision and taste to help execute properly, right? So it's a combination of all these things that has to be done.
Yeah. That's such good feedback. Yeah, I love that.
I love that. I want to ask a question that kind of combines a couple things from different people. It's the idea of like opinioted stuff that they're using, right?
Software.
Yeah, opinionated softwares and opinionated like emails. Basically, the overwhelming sense with this kind of group of questions is like, do I have to be good at the thing that I'm doing? So one of the questions was like, do I have to, but I don't know anything about writing emails. Like, I don't know anything about writing webinars. Like, will my chief of staff only be as smart with, I want to get the exact phrasing, but it's like, will my chief of staff only be as good as my content? Will my chief of staff only be as good as my own emails, right? It's like, well, Russell's emails are amazing, but my emails are not amazing. Like, how does this work? And yeah, can you both just speak to kind of that opinionated version of your stuff?
The short, I'm observing mostly on what you're doing here on this, but the system's already trained on your best practices, right? So these are frameworks which can apply. Russell's best practices. Sorry. So Russell's best practices, right? So they're trained on these frameworks, these swipe files, these details. So you're adding your voice, and then combine that with Russell's frameworks, you really don't have to like train the chief of staff on your context. We're giving you a starting point. We're not starting from scratch. If you go install OpenClaw or Claude Cowork or something like that, and you just start from scratch with no memory system and start building it, yeah, it's probably only as smart as what you put in there. But we're already bringing you in at a level of like, it's got all of Russell's memories, all of our best practices on which tools to use and when to use them. All of that's already the baseline for the knowledge for the system. And then you're adding your layer on top.
Yeah. If I want, the only thing I'll add to is like when oops, sorry, making a mess over here. When I wrote my books initially, I always tell people I never consider myself an author. I consider myself a curator. So before I wrote .com Secrets, I probably read 500 business and marketing books. I learned these ideas. I tried them. I tested them. Some worked, some didn't work. Some were confusing. I rewrote them. I started going to seminars and teaching these over and over. And after a decade, like I figured out, here's the things that work the best. And I turned it into a book. And then I gave it to people. They read it. It's like, oh, Russell curated, a decade worth of stuff and broke it down into very simple frameworks. That's kind of the same thing here. It's like, you don't have to do emails or webinars or VSLs or anything. It doesn't matter. I spent a decade curating everything. And again, if you want to do VSL, I have Agora's VSL framework that I showed you guys is built into Marketing Secrets. You can go click on one-to-many presentation, click on, and then there's like different VSLs. There's the Agora VSL style. You click on that. You can write an Agora VSL tonight based on the entire framework. I spent insane amounts of money going through and ripping 47 of the best videos, reverse engineering, everything. And all you do is you just upload your voice, click the button, the creative director asks you a bunch of questions, and then boom, it gives you a VSL script based on Agoras. Okay. Also, if you want a short form video like the Harmon Brothers, I went and funnel hacked, I think 30 something Harmon Brother videos and created an entire app that'll then go and create a 3 to 5 minute funny explainer video for you. And it's like having the entire Harmon Brothers staff writing these things for you, like on and on and on. So like, yeah, I did all the hard work for you guys. So all you gotta do is bring your voice, answer the questions, and then the structure's already done. And we'll show that more tomorrow. But yeah, we're trying to make this really, really simple for everybody.
So Russell level marketing with their level of voice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Plug in your voice, answer the questions, and then we'll give you the outputs and the frameworks you need to be to rock and roll.
So for this chief of staff as well, somebody asked, like, will my chief of staff, they said, what help? Do we start with the chief of staff? And what if I've never worked with a chief of staff before? How do I know what to tell it to do?
Well, we're going to be walking you through a lot of that this week, right? Like Russell's going to be taking you through exercises, processes, discussions, but there's also an aspect of with AI, like ask it things, like be like, hey, what can you do? What could you help me with? And hopefully most of the time it's going to be correct on what it can actually help you with. But yeah, so you're going to walk through it and just talk to it and go play around with it and it'll get a context.
It's funny. We did a team training a couple months back with our team about AI. It's like everyone like, you have to get AI or you're not going to have a job here in 90 days. And someone asked like, well, I don't know what have AI, like what should AI do for me? I was like, literally ask it that and say, this is my role. What can I do to 3x or 10x or 20x my productivity? It will tell you, it'll give you ideas. Like, I was like, you never have to ask me a question again, just ask it and it'll tell you exactly what to do. Yes. Like ask chief of staff, like this is my role. It's my position, what I'm doing. And like, what I love, if you download Whisperflow, you don't type, you just click it and just talk. Like just rant like you talk to your spouse or your best friend. Like, okay, I can't figure this out. I'm frustrated. I'm confused. Russell said this and this. He talks too fast, but he said this. Like, can you explain this to me? And then click the button and it'll just tell it. Like if you look at it's funny. Who was I showing? Somebody I was showing. I was talking to chief of staff with the fun button with the Whisperflow, and I was just talking, and then they got done. They're like, so you literally just talk like you're talking to a friend. I'm like, yeah, this is like I'm just having a conversation. Like I'm not trying to format it or say it perfectly. I'm going off in circles and like my logic's all chaos. It takes it all and then gives you back correctly. So like, yeah, you can just ramble away and it'll give you back amazing stuff.
Something that I love about this is it feels like everything that you covered today, it feels like it's not complicated AI tactics. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't feel like I need to learn a bunch of things about AI. I more need to learn things about business for AI, right? Where you're like, I just talk to it. I talk to it and it works because I have all of these things on the back end. I think that's really cool. Yeah. Okay, next question. I'm already using AI to build websites and write copy. Do I need Marketing Secrets AI? Would I still benefit from using this?
I also use ClickFunnels to build funnels. I also use, other things to write copy, and I still use it. So it's just you're weaving in basically. I basically become your chief swipe file curator. I'm sure you're using it to write copy. Awesome. If you would like me to pre-build all of the context, like that's what's there. There's also a bunch of other features. Like we even talk. It's not just writing copy, you guys. That's all we've talked about so far. Every framework from these books we are weaving into software. For example, how many of you guys read Traffic Secrets? This is how to get tons of traffic coming into all your funnels. There's one core concept I teach inside Traffic Secrets. It is the most valuable traffic secret tool of the entire thing. It's the one that most people don't actually do. And there's entire sprint and software inside of Marketing Secrets AI right now that literally will give you unlimited amounts of traffic for free. And so that's not writing copy or anything. It's running your entire Dream 100 backend affiliate management strategy. The framework here is already software. It's already in there. There's a sprint and software. Okay. There's so many. So this is not just writing copy for it. Like we've talked about that because that's kind of day one's training, kind of helping you understand that. But we're turning every one of the frameworks from all the books into software inside the platform. And so, if you're using copy somewhere else, that's awesome. But there's a ton of other tools. And as you will see, each month, new tools are being developed and launched. Some of the ones that are in the queue are going to blow your minds. So it's not just writing copy. There's so many more things it's doing, and you'll learn more and more over the next week.
I love that. The other thing that comes to mind is like, the only question is it working, right? Is it converting your copy or your traffic strategies? It's like, if it's not working, then chances are you need something better, which is awesome. Okay, I have a couple more kind of tech-y questions. Looking at you, Todd. This is, I'm gonna love this answer. How do I stop it from hallucinating?
How do you stop it from hallucinating? Well, context is a major part of that, right? Like we're talking about how to not make poop brownies.
Yeah, no poop brownies.
All right, you got me to say it. All right, so we're talking about how to not do that, and a lot of that is context, right? Like the system is trained to go out and search based on that to pull video feeds, content, book content. I think we've got almost every one of your books in there. Everything you've ever written or talked about is in the database of this. Yeah. So that is a first party strategy for it. So the AI models of today, like they do sometimes hallucinate, right? Like that's just simply what it is. But you can drastically reduce that by including enough context and memory and information ahead of time. And that's how we're doing it with Chief of Staff.
I love that. Can you actually talk to some of the AI ninjas? We had a lot of AI ninjas. And I've seen a couple trainings that you've done, Todd, about like the importance of context when doing like really advanced stuff, right? Because I think I understand and kind of collectively, and let me know in the chat if this is you too. I think I understand like if I'm a beginner and I'm starting from nowhere, like having things from Russell and Todd would be really helpful. But I'd love for you to touch on like somebody who is advanced, who is using AI a lot, right? What is the importance of context there, right? Yeah. And can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I mean, like, I think I'm the target market for that kind of, right? Like where I'm like, I'm using Claude code and I'm doing all these crazy things. I'm spending $10,000 a month on tokens already. Like, why do I need this? Well, I don't have access to all this swipe material, all Russell's books, all the other tools, the attractive character thing. When I saw that, I was like, I can't wait to set mine up. Like, I want to set mine up right now. Like, you've been holding out on me, Russell. Like, I want to do mine. You're like, oh yeah, I used you used my stuff to like help do the emails to send out my emails for this challenge, right? Like you said, because you took my training on AI. So super cool. So I'm like, I can't wait to use those features. So yeah, it's stacking value. Like there's multiple tools that you need to use depending on what you're doing. Like I'm using, I use OpenClaw, I use some other agentic AI tools personally, but that doesn't mean that there's not a place for this. One of the things I'm working on that'll be in Marketing Secrets too also is the ability to communicate with those other agents. So the agents will be able to be like, all right, go over to Marketing Secrets, find out what Russell says about this, get all his details, get all the swipe file copy from Agora. All right, cool, bring it back over here and do what we're doing over here in our agent work. So we're making it where you can do all that things. Like the brain has the MCP servers that we talked about briefly when you were going through the slides, but like your brain has access to be able to be used by Claude or OpenClaw or Manus or any of the others that support it.
Yeah. I love this. Okay, I'm just going to go through a couple really quickly. So if I don't even know how to write a prompt, won't this be over my head?
No. whisper flow, talk to it like you're just talking to a friend. As Russell said,
Hello.
I actually think you sometimes get better results like that. Some people try and just like restrict it to like an exact sentence that they're trying to get results for. It's like, no. Let it know your thoughts, because you're probably not doing a perfect job of like specifying in 1 or 2 sentences what you actually want. So just riff on it for a minute, explain what it is you're trying to get. And that may trigger it to actually pull in different content from Russell or its own systems to actually get the result that you want. So
the perfect prompt was like 2 years ago. That was like, you had to ask the perfect thing. And now it's like the more you just like talk at it, the better, which is nice. Because again, if you're still typing with your fingers, you're gonna like want to default to type slower because it's like, this is so hard. But if you click the function button and like you hook to whisper flow, just talk for 20 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it takes, and just like get it all out. And like you said, you're gonna say stuff whether you talk to your buddy or your friend that pulls in things that you're not gonna get when you're trying to type the perfect prompt. So prompting's dead. Just talk to it like you talk to a friend.
That's awesome. The next one is a quick question of, does my brain remember everything? Do I need to re-upload things for every project that I do?
So you can definitely tell it what you want it to remember. So there is a UI where you can see what it remembers, see what specifically memories are for you personally, and that have team visibility. So your team has access to whatever you put in the team area, and personal information is personal. And the chief of staff, as you're talking to it, tries to interpret what would be valuable to store for you personally and valuable to store for your team or your business context. So it attempts to do that all the time, but you can explicitly say that. You say, hey, remember this. And it will be like, cool, I remember this, logged it into the memory system, done. Like that's all you gotta do.
Okay, Brent. So for day one, I know today was all about just kind of setting up the context of AI and making sure that they can use it, because I have seen what's coming this week and it's insane. It's so good. I want each of you to just tell me if there was just one thing you want people to remember or do before tomorrow so that they are completely set up for success, what would that be for each one of you? Like, here is the main point. You have to remember this and make sure you do this thing. What do you think?
Yeah. I'll start. And if you can, my slides real quick. Again, the biggest thing is, I know some people are like, I'm overwhelmed, a lot of stuff. I understand we had to give a lot of context. So we have, like, if I could spend a month with you guys, we could do this. But like, I want to give a lot of context and down to baby steps. So baby step, all you got to do right now is just this. Again, logging in, click on sprints, do the attract character sprint. It'll take you 30 minutes, follow the thing, and then start putting context in there, okay? That's all we need from right now. Everything else is gonna be built upon that. Tomorrow, I'm gonna show you guys SWI files. We're gonna show you the other things, like how all these pieces go together. But again, this is the first part. So that's the only thing, is just do that and then don't stress. And then tomorrow, we're gonna tell you guys about the future, because I think I see this all the time. People are like, oh, because AI, like courses are dead and coaching's dead. And the reality is, it's kind of true. Right? Or like, hey, I'm building software, but like every time I build software, like 5 people knock it off. It takes them 5 minutes. Like software's dead. And it's like, yeah, that's true. And so tomorrow we're going to show you guys like the business model of the future. And it's crazy. Like, as we were mapping this out, at first I was like, explaining like, I think this is the future. And then I realized like, oh my gosh, it's literally the thing we did when we launched ClickFunnels. It's the reason why ClickFunnels worked. It's the reason why I did $1 billion in sales without having any outside capital, outside funding, outside anything, because of this one thing that I don't think we figured out. I think we just like stumbled upon, like, and it happened to happen. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is the future. And nobody understands. Everybody's missing it. And so tomorrow we're going to walk through that $1 billion breakthrough, because it's so, like, after you see, you're like, oh my gosh, like it'll be like lightning bolts, because it's so simple and so easy. And also you're like, now I know exactly what to do. I'm not like certain of like, okay, I'm trying to be a coach or trying to create a course or I'm trying to create software, but nothing's working. And like, it's like, we got you. This is the future. And it's simple. And as soon as you put it together, you're like, okay, I got it. And you're going to see it. So like, just be prepared for tomorrow. Make sure you show up. But again, 2 things: do the attractive character sprint. It's very short, very easy. Show up tomorrow, get ready for this new business model. And then we're going to apply all these things to that, and it's going to change everything for you.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing I'd add on top of it is just to log in and play around, right? Like we were saying, like, oh, I don't know, what should I do? What should I ask? Like, ask it what it can do. You can connect integrations. There's some like basic onboarding things, which like, go ahead and connect your Gmail and your calendar, and then be like, hey, what's on my calendar for tomorrow? Hey, give me an update each morning at 9 a.m. about what meetings might be important for me to review. Like, there's little things like that you can just play with and start to get used to that experience, especially if you're not used to using any other AI tools like Manus or something, right? So if you're a very beginner and you're ChatGPT level 1 that we talked about, like, go try and set something up. And then inside of it, there's some suggested prompts. AI will look at your context and it'll actually come back and be like, hey, click this button and it'll do this thing and it'll research, and you can kind of see it in action and get an idea, hopefully start expanding your mind on what's possible there. So I think that's probably the biggest thing. Yeah.
I love it. So play around and get the you voice into Marketing Secrets AI. Make sure you do that sprint. Amazing. Anything else you guys want to tell our fun friends?
Yeah. No, I think I'll say, you guys, hopefully today's fun. You guys enjoyed day number 1. Type day number 1 in the chat. I want to see how you guys are feeling. Yeah. Day number 1. Actually, what is like the biggest feeling from day number 1? Is it stressed? Is it excited? Is it motivated? Is it nervous? Is it poop brownie? Like what's the emotion you're feeling after the first day here hanging out? Inspired, I'm seeing it. Overwhelmed, excitement, poop brownie. You guys all have a new term. You'll be.
I also would love to hear biggest takeaways. If you guys want to put your biggest takeaways from day 1 in the chat, we've always found like with challenges and things, if you can write down what you took away, you're much more likely to retain it. So biggest takeaway, Russell is a freaking genius. I love it. I saw something earlier too. I screenshot it for you, Todd, where it was like, oh my gosh, how do I get Todd to talk to me every single day about AI? Todd in my pocket.
We can make that an offer. Just kidding. So good. I know. Things like this, you guys, again, day number 1's always usually a little bit overwhelming. That's okay. Don't stress. This is the context to kind of set the week out. Again, tomorrow we're going to walk you through the $1 billion breakthrough the business model. Wednesday, day number 3, we're going to start going through department by department in your marketing team and start replacing and showing you how that works. Baby steps, every single thing. So by the time day 3 is done, like a lot of these things will be completely implemented into your business, which is awesome. Day number 4, now we're gonna go on the opposite side of this big old chart back here. This is the development side. How do you actually build software today? And we're gonna be building software. By the time it's done, you guys will actually have an app built, okay? So your marketing will be taken care of, your product team will be taken care of, and then day number 5, we're going to go into like the AI side hustles, like how to use these skills to make some quick bank on the side, which is kind of fun too. So it's going to be a fun week, you guys. I appreciate y'all being here. I want to thank Todd and McCall for also participating, hanging out today. Again, if you haven't upgraded VIP, do it right now. That way you get access to software. It's AISecretschallenge.com/VIP. That'll get you guys into the software, plus it unlocks the VIP days. And so tomorrow morning, we have a VIP day an hour earlier. For those who weren't there for VIP yesterday, you get after you upgrade to VIP, you get a link for that. Show up tomorrow. We'll have a VIP session. You also get all the replays. If you're VIP, we'll give you replays out right now, but the replays expire at midnight every single night, so you can watch the replay really quick, but then it's gone. But if you want access to replays long term, make sure you're VIP. Again, VIP is free. You just sign for a 14-day trial at Marketing Secrets, and that's it. So go get your VIP. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah. So fun, you guys. I appreciate you all for being here. So many more. I wish we could answer every single question. But yeah, we're going to wrap for the day. And then, so thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, McCall. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all. Tomorrow, we'll see you guys for day number 2, the $1 billion breakthrough. And it's going to be amazing. So, all right, see you guys. Bye, everybody.